Pranab, can you play the welcome slide? Ashish, you will take over when Nilima introduces you. Okay?
Vikram, I will be introducing you as the convener.
Do we start just now? We wait or we start, Nilima?
Your chat, Hemant.
Please start.
We start.
Good morning, AMC. It is said that you should be attached to loyal than a royal, because loyal will be there to help you, hold you when you are falling. Royal will never be there. And let me tell you, friends, our organization, Association of Medical Consultant, is one such organization which is there whenever it is there for all us members, consultants, whenever we need the help. And therefore, this year 2022-23, led by our president, Dr. Nilima Vaidya Bhamre, the main thing which has been focused by her is lead from front and be there for the help of our brethren. With these few words, I welcome you all to this meeting, this webinar, and request President Dr. Nilima to take over. Dr. Nilima Vaidya Bhamre, President 2022-23. She is MBBS, MD, DGO, DNB, LLB. She was Secretary AMC consecutively for 2 years. Now she is President. She is a member of Medical Legal Committee, FOXY, Managing Committee member, Association of Fellow Gynecologists, Scientific Secretary, Kandivali Medical Association, and Secretary of Being Doctors. Other than that, she is socially very active, associated with Mumbai Dhadkan. Welcome, Dr. Nilima, and take it forward.
Thank you so much, Hemant. I'm extremely proud to be the president of such a prestigious association called Association of Medical Consultants. I joined as an absolutely fledgling ground level worker, and I chose this organization to be a part of. This was the very first medical organization I've ever joined in any capacity. So it's a very proud privilege now to lead this organization as president. Association of Medical Consultants, we always say that we are an association with mission and commitment. Commitment, you all have already seen that we are committed to everything and anything that we do, and we do it with all our heart, and we go out and help each and every member. But what exactly was the vision when AMC was created? AMC started in the suburbs when a few active members came forward and they realized that nothing is being done on the medical legal front and protecting the doctors with all their problems and questions. So our visionary people who started this association started it as a very small organization in 1971, which got established in 1972. And last year we saw the 50th year being completed. We are into the 51st year. AMC was a very small body. We started with one office at Ganpati Niwas, then one more office at Ganpati Niwas, then we had one more conference room in Chandra Niwas, and today we have a full-fledged corporate office at Summit Bay. So we have grown from strength to strength, from a very small organization with very few members to a body now comprising of nearly 13,000 members. And why are we here still? We are the only association of consultants having all specialities. We have not left anybody out. Each and every postgraduate person can become our member. Our organization is growing from strength to strength. But what I felt personally was that unless and until you know what organization you belong to, you know each and every part of the organization, we cannot grow. So even as committee members or as president or as a normal member of AMC, you should know your organization. The AMC work has now grown by leaps and bounds, and that is why, to help every aspect of the growth of the physician, we have had and we've created various cells. We have 8 cells right now. The medical legal cell, is one of the most active cells that we have. The social service cell is doing a lot of work. The health and accident cell, the consultant benevolent scheme cell, the Maharashtra Medical Council, Dr. Sujata is leading now. The NOAA, the network of association, network of AMC hospitals, media communication cell with Mukesh at the helm, and the affiliate unit cell with Dr. Ojha now at the helm. So we have these cells who look after the various aspects of the growth. Today, I want to hand over this platform to these cells to tell you all what we all have been doing, how we have evolved, what we can possibly do for you, what are the schemes, what are the nitty-gritties. You need to understand every aspect of this organization. To convene this meeting today, we have Dr. Vikram Khanna here with us. He's our treasurer. Dr. Vikram Khanna has been very good with numbers, and that is why I was very happy to have him as the treasurer of AMC. And I'm very sure that today as convener, he's going to do a fabulous job. And he's an ENT, MS ENT by his profession, and he's the secretary of IMA Chembur and joint secretary of AMC Mumbai 21-22, but now the treasurer of AMC. Vikram, I would request you to please take over and continue this program and line it up very nicely so that all our members are able to know exactly what we are and be proud to be an AMCite.
Yeah, thank you, President Madam. It's surely a privilege to be a part of AMC and to be led in its Golden Jubilee year by a lady president and carrying forward into the next 50 years with you at the helm is a added bonanza. I welcome each and every AMC member who has joined in, and also the non-members of AMC whom we are trying to involve for this session today. This session is not to brag about ourselves, but to showcase our achievements and what we intend to do in the future. So we have the senior most people of each and every cell of ours to explain the working of the cell, the advantages of our scheme, and how we take this forward with the active help of our members in the form of memberships, suggestions, and new members enlisted, and the seniors will be talking, but the juniors will be heading the show. And it is my proud privilege to introduce Dr. Ashish Gurjar, who is the, he's the, as we call the, sabse naya bakra hai. He is the managing committee member of AMC, the youngest one. So we decided that, why not give an opportunity, because AMC believes in giving equal opportunities to all. We are, gender neutral. So a lady is leading us, and I'm sure Ashish will do a good job. And he's by qualification a pediatrician and a neonatologist practicing at the Child and Beyond Clinic at Worli, and he's attached to various hospitals like SRCC, Sparsh, Ayush, and Sengol Hospital. So Ashish, the stage is yours. Please take this forward.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, colleagues and seniors. And thanks a lot for such a beautiful introduction, sir. I take the privilege. This is my first time to be present on this AMC platform. So I hope the program in a set standard manner. I'm here to introduce people who are known to everybody. They are legends themselves. And from here, I'll be introducing each and every chairperson and the conveyors, and then we'll be taking up. So this gives me privilege to introduce our first speaker, Dr. Sudhir G. Naik.
No, Mukesh was supposed to start.
Yeah.
Vikram, am I supposed to
Yes.
start or is it Mukesh?
No, I'm
Dr.
starting.
Dr.
For 5
Mukesh
minutes
will
and then
be
you take it.
starting.
Okay, Dr. Mukesh will be starting. Good morning, Dr. Mukesh, sir. And I'll be giving a small introduction of Dr. Mukesh D. Gupta. He is in medicine and DNB. He is chairperson of media and communication cells of AMC. He is a past president of AMC who had done a wonderful job during the period of 2019 and 20, just pre-COVID times. He's a practicing obstetrician and gynecologist. He's wonderful at his jobs, and he's practicing at present in Malad area and the recent suburbs area. So that the entire things are at your stage, sir. Dr. Mukesh, you can take it from here.
Thank you. Thank you for your kind words. Just confirm that I'm audible.
Yeah.
Okay, very good morning to all AMCites, and I'm extremely happy that we have a good number who are interested to know more about AMC. Well, my job as the chairman of the Media and Communication Cell is exactly that. It is not just about reaching out to our members and making them know what exactly is AMC doing at this moment of time beside the core ethos with which it was created, but it is also about having a proactive approach to identify and eliminate those issues which are of concern for our medical practitioners and the society when it comes to health concerns. Instead of being a reactive organization, reacting and responding to only some quotes in the media, we decided to have a proactive approach, and hence the organization of this cell. Gradually, we are building up our presence in the social media. It is not easy for us because there has been a lot of debate about to do or not. And ultimately, we reach in the position where, we choose that we have to take the responsibility of letting the population know about what are the important issues affecting the practicing doctor. With this mindset, we have decided to have our presence in various different platforms. Let me just quickly share the screen and show you that we have been there in various different platforms. And if you have not already, subscribed to our existing platforms, can you? Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Yes. So to start with, I would say that we are there on most of the relevant platforms. This is our Twitter handle. And if you tweet anything, please add a hashtag at AMC Mumbai so that more and more people get connected to the brand. And also, I would request you that if you put a hashtag AMC Mumbai, more and more of our AMC members would know what you have tweeted. So it works both ways for you as well as for the organization. We are going to have our own personal set of tweets, so start following our Twitter handle. This is our Facebook page. You can search for @AMC Mumbai and you will find our page, because Facebook has been a very amazing platform for connecting with a lot of our friends and colleagues at various different locations. So I would request you to kindly look for @AMC Mumbai and join the Facebook. This is our YouTube channel. Now, I promise you, me myself being a YouTuber with more than lakhs of followers and crores of views, I believe that this is a very good platform, and we are this year decided to work on this platform a little more. We have huge number of videos which are already been posted, but there will be several in the which are for information and knowledge besides the activities that we do. So this is our YouTube channel. You can go for AMC Mumbai on the YouTube and search for it, and you will find this. We also have an Insta handle which you can follow, and the best part about Insta is we come to know whether you guys are following or not, and you can see how many people are following us. So please see to it there that you go and subscribe to the various different handles that we have. Okay, now with this I don't want to waste more time, but I want to create a premise for the day today that, see, anyone and everyone who takes the position of chairman of a cell has worked in the organization for several years. Almost all, if not most of us, have been there for decades, and we have been either the past president or working in the cell for several years. Only then we are eligible as per our constitution to be the part of the chair of the cell. So we would be really happy if we have more and more information and suggestions coming to us. So you can write it to our official email address, and the office bearers will be really nice. And it feels very nice to hear these words from our leaders: gender neutrality, opportunity for all, giving chance to the newer generation, next gen. So these are the terminologies exactly what we want to portray in the media and communication, that what an organization we are. But here comes a very important component. That is advocacy for patients' rights. So if you have anything which is relevant and which is you feel that it is important for advocacy of patients' rights, please connect to us, and we'll be really happy to do this for you as a organization, to give you a platform to do better things, because we need to let the media know the kind of social work and the kind of health advocacy that we are doing. With this, I would like to stop, and 10 o'clock was the time which Sudhir was supposed to take over. Whenever Sudhir is ready, I think he was driving. If he's ready, we'll hand it over to him.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much. Over to you, Sudhir.
Thank you, Mukesh, for introducing the topics today that basically we are going to deal with the various cells, the activities, and this achievement. I mean, this program conceptualization has been something which you had in your mind, and you've got the present president to implement it in such a way that not only the new committee members, all members of AMC will be aware of the various activities. Obviously, I mean, everybody is aware that the medico-legal cell of AMC is the most active cell. It has been the brainchild of Dr. Lalit Kapoor for several years, who has been the pioneer in medico-legal field across India. And so today I will be talking mainly about our professional indemnity insurance scheme, which is the leading scheme as far as professional indemnity is concerned across the country, not only in Mumbai. All other associations put together, the number of members that we have is much more, even if you consider that. So when I'm going on now to professional indemnity insurance. So basically, by the Cambridge definition of indemnity, it is a security or protection. Can we have the screen projection, please? Hello.
The slide is on, sir.
Yeah, the slide is on. Okay, great. Just give me a minute. Yeah. So if we are going on to the definition of indemnity, it is a security or protection against a future loss. And the contracts of indemnity has been defined as a contract wherein one party promises to save the other from the loss caused to him by the conduct of the promiser himself, or by the conduct of any other person. Any problems?
Ajit sir, please mute yourself. Thank you.
Okay. So professional indemnity is a form of liability insurance which helps protect professionals and other service providing individuals and healthcare establishments from bearing the full cost of defending against negligence claim made by a client and also the damages awarded in such a civil lawsuit. The coverages focuses on alleged failure to provide the service or a part of it, resulting in financial loss or physical harm to the recipient of the service. This is different from the routine indemnity policies sold to companies and is generally available only to professionals. Can we have the next slide, please? What are the things that a professional indemnity insurance covers? Claims arising out of bodily injury or death of any patient caused by or alleged to have been caused by error, omission, or negligence in professional service rendered or which should have been rendered by you or your qualified assistant or technician. In addition, you are also supposed to be reimbursed for the legal costs, fees, or expenses incurred for defending yourself, including, of course, professional fees of your lawyer and incidental expenses like photocopying, etc. Now, this is routine for all indemnity policies. Why is AMC policy different? The AMC is in the, because there are several features which I'll be elaborating a little later in the presentation, which are not available with most of the policies. Most policies have now tried to copy our AMC policy and offer all the features, but still, I mean, you can't imitate the original. So why should we take a professional indemnity insurance? This is the question which many of these beginners who have come into practice will have. I am told today that there are many non-members who have just recently started who want to join AMC and want to know about this professional indemnity and why should we take it. Medicine, we all know, was always considered a Nobel profession, but the Supreme Court in its wisdom in 1995 brought the medical profession under the Consumer Protection Act. Subsequently, this act has been amended and a new act has come into place in 2019. Initial promises were made by the government to exempt the medical fraternity, but this did not happen. And recently we had a Supreme Court judgment which very clearly said that medical fraternity is covered under the new Consumer Protection Act also. As a result of this, the way medicine has practiced has undergone sea changes, and we are now mere service providers in the eyes of the law, and hence vulnerable to the demands for compensation for poor service or professional negligence. We are, of course, living in an era of information, and patients are increasingly turning to Dr. Google for advice. They are willing to compare treatments and then sue the doctor for perceived negligence. Mutual trust has now been replaced by mutual suspicion, and the 24/7 media channels and now social media is only adding ghee to the fire. Every adverse outcome is equated to negligence, and the patients do not hesitate to sue the doctor at multiple fora. We have heard of ambulance chaser lawyers in the US, but we have similar lawyers cropping up in India too. The presence of the so-called social workers who act like extortion agents is also well known. No doctor is immune to litigation. So all doctors, juniors, seniors, private and government, general practitioners and surgeons, everybody must be covered by professional indemnity insurance. It is suicidal to practice for a single day without insurance. Now, what are the main features? Next slide, please. What are the most important features of an insurance policy? The first thing is, of course, the sum insured. The second is the premium, and the third thing is the deductibles. The sum insured would depend upon how much you value your business or your life, and in case of health insurance, or obviously on the cost of healthcare. So, as far as professional indemnity is concerned, we are seeing a trend of the consumer courts awarding higher and higher sum insureds, higher and higher compensations. And we had the Supreme Court in 2011 awarding a whopping 11 crores to a doctor from the US whose wife was treated in a Calcutta hospital and who subsequently lost her life because of alleged negligence from the doctors. So we are seeing more and more of these cases. Higher and higher sums are being awarded. So our AMC recommendation is you need to have a minimum cover of 50 lakhs if you are practicing in the as a physician specialty, whether it is general medicine, whether it is a pediatrician. But if you are a surgeon or if you are an anesthetist who are supposed to be at the highest risk as far as negligence claims, you need a premium cover of at least 1 crore. Why are we talking about these higher sums, though? Most commonly, we have seen 25 and 30 lakhs being awarded. What is happening today is that these, even though when the Consumer Protection Act came into place, the government's intent was to see to it that there is a forum where the patient can get compensation as fast as possible, and 90 days was what was thought of. But now an average case takes at least 6 to 7 years, and we have had cases being decided even 10 and 11 years later, and compensations which are awarded after that are always with interest, and the interest component also adds to the this thing, and as a result of which higher and higher sums you will need to pay out in case you lose this battle in the consumer court. Of course, I mean, the medico legal cell is here to defend you. The medico legal cell has been known to win 99% of the cases, but even then we never know. I mean, if God forbid, if you lose the case, we have the insurance policy to take care of your financial needs. Now, in a premium will always obviously depend upon your sum insured and your risk profile. The premiums which are charged depends upon whether you are a physician, whether you are a surgeon, whether you are practicing cosmetic surgery. So there will be some higher premiums for the various category, various slabs. The deductibles will obviously depend upon the premium you pay. Of course, in the AMC policy, the deductible is 0. We've had similar looking policies available in the market where I have seen that the minimum deductible is 1 lakh. So that means when you start a claim, the first 1 lakh is not being paid at all by the insurance company. Obviously, such policies will be available at much, much cheaper rates. So the question which has been asked very often is, why is the AMC policy a little more expensive than why are cheaper policies are available in the market with features now which they are claiming to be very similar to the features of the AMC indemnity insurance? The reason for that is obviously there are many, there is a fine print in the policies which you as an individual member may not understand, but that fine print could come back to bite you subsequently, if at all, God forbid, if there is a case against you. So in a professional indemnity insurance, apart from the routine sum insured, the premiums payable, next slide, and the minimum deductibles, you also need to be aware of the retroactive date, the AOI to AOY ratio, and the geographical coverage and the jurisdiction. Now, what is the retroactive date? It's a very, very important thing. The retroactive date is generally the date from which you have held an uninterrupted professional indemnity cover. It is applied to all professional indemnity insurance policies, and its purpose is to exclude claims arising from any work undertaken prior to the date shown. It is the date in the past from which your insurance insurer has agreed to cover you. Anything that happened before the retroactive date isn't covered by your insurance. Now, if you are buying a policy today from AMC, but you had a policy which was there earlier from some other insurer, and you are migrating toward a policy, to an AMC policy, please try to understand that your retroactive date of your earlier policy also will be taken over by the AMC insurer, provided there is no already pre-existing case which has been filed against you. If there is a pre-existing case, then our request to you is to please continue the earlier policy also, and you can take the AMC policy in addition, but the existing case will obviously not be covered by the AMC insurer if you decide to migrate to the AMC policy. Now, what is the AOY to AOI ratio? It means any 1 year, and AOI means any one incident. The ideal ratio is 1:1. Now, what does that mean? That means this policy covers you for any one incident or there may be hundreds of incidents in that particular thing, but all of them will be covered for the entire sum insured, obviously to a maximum of the sum insured. But if the ratio is 1:4, then it means that your policy, suppose it is 1 crore, then you are eligible for one incident for only 25%, which is only for 25%, which is 25 lakhs, even in a 1 crore policy. So an ideal ratio is 1:1, which the AMC policy is. Cheaper policies are available where the ratio is 1:4, obviously because they are covering you for any one incident to a maximum of only 25 lakhs. So obviously it is definitely better to have a policy. You need to examine the fine print. If you have a policy, those who don't have a policy with AMC, please go back and see the fine print in your policy, whether you have a coverage of a ratio of 1:1, or is it something different. If not, if it is not 1:1, please come to AMC policy, because this is one policy which gives you the entire coverage for your for every claim. It is not restricted to one claim. There can be any number of claims. In fact, we have something which I'm going to come to a little later, wherein even if you exhaust your sum insured for a year or for a particular year, you can increase your sum insured by paying the same premium in that year, which is a feature which is not available with any other policy. Geographical coverage, needless to say, it is the entire of India. Our policy covers the entire of India. I mean, obviously, there will be a few hospitals which you commonly visit. You can ask them. Some of the hospitals do insist on having their names in that policy. You can ask the AMC to include it, but really it is not required, because our master policy is very clear that the geographical area of coverage is the entire of India. Jurisdiction. Now, this is very important. We have now medical tourism wherein people will be coming from outside India. Obviously, they can also sue you. So if they send you a notice from outside, even if you have to answer that notice, you will obviously say that you are bound only by the courts in India. You are not answerable to the courts outside. But the legal fees of replying to the this thing, if you have a foreign clientele, also will be borne by the AMC policy, which again is a feature which is not available in most of the other policies. Now, what are the things that you should do when you receive your policy? When you receive the policy, verify the name, the sum insured, the retroactive date, and the name of your clinic. If it is, if you need to record it, you can ask the AMC to add the name of a particular hospital, but it is really, as I said, not required. Please make a copy and keep one at your house and one in the clinic. Make a note of the next date of renewal. Very important that you need to renew your policies on time to protect your retroactive date. It is extremely important that your policy should be renewed on time. However, AMC has an added feature. If you, God forbid, you forget to renew in a particular year, by paying a little premium extra, you are entitled to get the protection of your retroactive date, even if you are late. But this is a policy, which is a feature which is available only with the AMC policy. If you have a policy which is outside of AMC, please read the fine print. Please read and examine every clause which is there. Now, by definition, indemnity does not include criminal cases. But AMC, in its vision, Dr. Kapoor realized that the tendency in India is now to allege criminal negligence, and criminal negligence cases are being levied under 304, 304A, 304 Part 2, which is again, I mean, you had an unfortunate death of a doctor who committed suicide because she was charged under this and she got scared. So, but AMC policy is one which covers you even for criminal negligence cases. It is very much there in our master policy, in our MOU. This part is there. Many of the policies which are available in the market, though they claim that they will be covering the criminal negligence cases also, if you read the fine print, there will be many exclusions of criminal cases also. AMC policy, if you have, you don't need to read the fine print, because people like Dr. Kapoor, who have designed this policy, and the entire medical legal cell, which is now currently being headed by me, has sifted through each and every word of this policy and tried to make it very, very friendly to the members, so that God forbid if they have a case against them, they should not have any problems. If God forbid, again, if you have a problem, then what do you need to do? Please immediately write a mail to the AMC. There is a dedicated AMC medical legal cell mail, which is supportmlc@amcmumbai.org. The organizers of this today's program will also be sharing this email address, wherein you can immediately write to us or go to our website. There is a professional indemnity insurance claim form which you need to fill. Send us a brief write-up about the details of this incident, of what happened in this thing, and a copy of the letter which you have received from the advocate or from the patient threatening to sue you. So after that, you just need to sit down and relax. A lawyer will be appointed for you. You need to go and consult these lawyers. We have a dedicated panel of lawyers who have been there with the organization for decades together and who understand the concept of medical negligence, who have been who have won for us almost more than 99% of the cases which have been filed against doctors have been won by our lawyers because of their experience in dealing with medical legal cases. Again, one more feature which the AMC Medical Legal Cell has is the out of court or pre-litigation settlements. Now, pre-litigation settlements obviously are not allowed as per the insurance company itself. They are never going to sanction it. But AMC has found a way of this thing where we say ki it is not a pre-litigation settlement, it is an out-of-court settlement, wherein even on the basis of a legal notice which has been sent by the patient, we have had cases which are indefensible cases which we have settled out of court just on the pure basis of a legal notice which has been received, which we have been able to convince. Of as far, I mean, I have seen policies which have been claiming that pre-litigation and out of court settlements up to the sum insured will be given by that particular policy. Try to understand that the insurance company is here not to make the payouts. It is here to defend its own money. So it is in their interest to defend. They will defend for years together. It works out cheaper. Even in indefensible cases, if they lose at the end of it, they are liable only for the maximum sum insured. So anybody who says ki I will give you a pre-litigation or a out of court settlement for any amount up to your sum insured is obviously bluffing. This is the proof of the pie is in the eating itself. So when you are faced with these cases, you will find yourself in trouble even if you are not insured through AMC. Through AMC, we've had out-of-court settlements. In the last 3 years of more than 73 cases have been decided out of court by pre-litigation in the this thing, wherein the settlements of sums raising from 5 to 20 lakhs have been paid out to the patient in the indefensible cases on the recommendations of the medical legal cell, where we have convinced the insurance company that fighting it out is going to be mentally traumatic to the doctors, to the patient, and obviously at the end of it there is a risk of being made to pay much higher sums. So it is in the interest of the insurance company to settle these cases out of court in the this thing. So our policy has these features of covering you for criminal cases. Our policy has these features of pre-litigation and out-of-court settlements, which are based purely on the recommendations of AMC. Obviously, the insurance company takes the advice of its own lawyers before agreeing on to these cases. But you have the benefit of the medical legal, a dedicated medical legal cell, which is there to help you out in the claim settlements. We have cashless payments made to the lawyers, wherein we have pre-decided fees with the lawyers, which is again reimbursed directly by the insurance company. If by some mistake you have paid the lawyers the some amount, you can always put up the claim and you will be reimbursed for that from the medical legal cell itself. So these are some of the features of of our professional indemnity policy, which covers you yourself and any act which you may have of a perceived negligence which you may have committed in the course of your treatment. Now, what happens if you are running a single clinic or a single hospital and you are the sole owner? So you will feel ki, okay, my entire hospital, since I am the whole and sole, my hospital is covered. But that is not true. There is another policy in the market, which again the AMC also has, is the errors and omissions policy. This is a policy which is there to cover your hospital, your even unqualified staff are there, can be covered, their actions, your RMO's actions, everything can be covered. And now recently there was a judgment, very clear judgment by consumer court, wherein they upheld the right of the insurance company not to pay out when the payment was being awarded against a hospital which belonged to a single doctor. The doctor said, I have a personal insurance, indemnity insurance, but the consumer court held that a clinic is a different entity from, or a hospital is a different entity, even if it's a single owner hospital, from a single from the doctor's own this thing, and the doctor clinic had to make the payouts, because when a patient is now suing, he is suing multiple people. He's suing the clinic, he's suing your hospital, he's suing your assistant, he's suing your RMOs. I mean, he's complaining to Maharashtra Medical Council, he's complaining to the Human Rights Council. If it is a lady patient, she's complaining to a Women's Commission. Everything, all these things are covered as far as the insurance professional indemnity of AMC is concerned. You are all the litigation costs are covered for in the AMC professional indemnity scheme, but your hospital is a separate entity. You have to take a separate errors and omission policy. Please inform that you have unqualified staff also, and even that will be covered as far as the errors and omissions policy is concerned. Now, what is the minimum limit that you need to have for this thing? Again, I think if you're a surgical clinic, a minimum of 1 crore is what would be advisable. If you're having a surgical clinic, and if it's a medicine, minimum 50 lakhs would be what would be ideal for you, for even for your hospital. As far as a minimum, I'm talking of a minimum recommendation. If you value your practice further, please take higher and higher sums insured, because the tendency is to add the interest. The tendency is, as the inflation advances, these cases are going to be decided 5 and 10 years hence. You don't know how much more sums could be awarded. So please try to increase your sum insureds. Smaller sum insureds are really not going to help you out because the consumer courts are awarding higher and higher sums to the this thing. We've had one case where a doctor was asked to pay I think it was around 25 lakhs, but with the added interest it almost went on to 42 lakhs. So I think this is what we need to understand. I think I've tried to summarize everything, that yes, that AMC policy is a little more expensive than what are much cheaper policies will be available. But don't look at the price, look at the value. You need to understand that AMC has a dedicated medical legal cell. It has dedicated panel of lawyers. They have the experience of defending you. And the the fly-by-night operators who have come out with much cheaper policies, if they subsequently find that the claim ratios are higher, they might just abandon the policy, and then you will be left high and dry, and you will be this thing. So please, if you have those members of AMC who have, or those new members who are coming in today who want to become members, this is one policy which I can challenge anybody to prove that there is a better policy and a cheaper policy available than this in the market. I'm open to questions now from the audience. Thank you very much. Apart from this, there are other policies which a clinic can take, like the fire and burglary policy. Now there are policies which are available for protecting you from the social media nuisances, which are AMC is now trying to negotiate with some of the insurance companies to bring out these features also, and maybe you can have an add-on policy on those things also subsequently. Thank you very much for giving me the time to elaborate on this thing. I'm here available to take any questions.
There is one question which I think you need to answer. Is there is some person who's asking about the necessity of continuing the professional indemnity policy after practice is closed. So for how long do we need to be covered so that the patients will not sue us under the CPA? So how many years?
The Consumer Protection Act says 2 years. But also, even the new act is very clear that the liberty of waiving the delay, condoning the delay, that discretion is there with the judges. So you never know that, the patient will say, I became aware of this. You may have treated this patient today in 2022. But the patient became aware of a complication in 2025. then also you may
फिर
that
अपने को
delay of 3 years.
Can I ask the
Yeah.
can I give the answer, Nilima?
Dr. Desai, let me complete and then you can add to whatever. And Dr. Desai is the convener of the medical legal cell. He is one person who is, been the backbone of this cell. I think he will be able to add a few more things on this. But we do have a runoff cover. That means wherein you pay for 1.5 years and you get covered for the next 2 years. So, but I would say to play on the safe side, please continue your policies for at least 3 years subsequently from your this thing. If you are a gynecologist, I would feel you need to continue till in perpetuity till your death, because the gynecologist can be sued subsequently at any time after the child achieves majority.
So
so
for
these are,
21 years beyond.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Dr.
Ajit, sir,
Desai, you wanted to add something.
No, in fact, I wanted to say the same thing about the runoff cover. Later on, Sudhir has elaborated regarding that. But I will also say that if you continue for 3 years by paying this thing, 2 years ka premium, that will be advisable. First thing. Second thing, when you stop your practice, please let your patients know that you are stopping the practice. Understand? Otherwise, patient will in fact, your time period is 2 years, no doubt about it. But you never know that judge bench will decide and continue the case, admit the case. So it is always better to continue the policy for 3 years. As Sudhir has already mentioned about the gynecologist, we are having a cases when the progeny, patient's son, when he became 19 years old, he in fact was invalid after the forceps delivery, and some of his relatives went in the court after 19 years. Understand? So for the gynecologist, as Sudhir has already said, that there is no end for the premium. Only thing what you should do, at the most, you can go for the minimum assured policy. That's all. That is my opinion.
I'll intervene here. Let me thank Dr. Sudhir Naik first.
Ashish, there are certain questions in the chat box.
Just take that.
Yeah, so we need to take that. One is that if somebody has taken a policy from, say, another organization which is cheaper, and then if claim comes and even AMC policy is taken, then it will take care of, both the policies will take care of the penalties, or it will be either. Sudhir.
See, when if you are having two policies, you need to decide when you are informing the insurance companies. You need to inform the insurance company in advance that because say each insurance company is going to say, "Ki I'm going to appoint a lawyer who's from my panel to defend you." Because it may happen that if you suppose you have taken from another policy and the lawyer appointed by some other insurance company defends you, this insurance company will say you were not well defended, so why should I pay? You did not come to my panel of lawyers. So I know, it is something which is a gray zone. So you can obviously inform both the insurance companies, but it really doesn't make sense. What is the reason? Why do you want to have two policies? If obviously the only rider here is if you have a pre-existing claim in a particular policy, then you should not close that policy. You need to continue that policy. But for all other cases, you can migrate only to AMC policy and take the AMC policy's help. There is no reason that you need to have two policies. It doesn't make sense.
When can I get protected? Suppose now already there is a medical legal complaint, and after that I go to AMC and take a policy.
No, then that for if there is already a complaint, then that is not going to be covered by your AMC policy ever. I mean, no other. I mean, it's the same way, vice versa. If you take an AMC policy, you have a case in the against you, and you migrate to another policy. If you don't continue the AMC policy, neither will the AMC policy pay you, nor will that new company pay you. Why are they going to pay? Because there is no pre-existing. It is always on the you need to have a valid existing policy with that insurance company, whichever it may be, when the claim is made.
You mean to say?
Can I elaborate a bit?
Yes, yes, Ajit sir.
Yes, see, if there is a complaint when you are not having AMC policy, then the previous company will have to take the call. The doctor will have to continue that policy till he gets verdict from the court.
Yes.
Because AMC
very
is
clear.
not going to
Let us be very, very clear on this.
Yeah.
If you have an existing claim and you wish to migrate, you can migrate, but except for this case which is ongoing, AMC will cover any incident which has happened even prior to the date of your taking the AMC policies. So, to give you an example to make it very clear, suppose you have a policy which with a New India assurance where the retroactive date was 2012. We have been continuing that policy in 2012, but in 2018 you had a case which was there against you, which is ongoing. So that 2018 case will not be covered if you migrate to AMC policy. But if you any other claim existing even from the 2018 policy from 2012 will be covered by AMC, because you are not aware that there must have been a case which was there, but you have not received any notice. So that the retroactive date cover will be provided to you, but not for any pre-existing litigation case which you are aware of.
Where you mean to say that, like in
Hemant, we need to intervene here. Hemant, my request is we have to shift on to the next cell. Today's program is to showcase all our cells. We are going to come up with individual programs where only professional indemnity is also going to come. Please hold on, and we will be answering all your queries to your heart's content. All right, so we shift on to the next cell.
Can I suggest one solution for this? Nilima, can I
later,
one
sir,
solution
later,
for
sir.
this?
Sir, later.
Hello?
Sir, later.
Only
Internally,
I
we
will
will
not take more than 1 minute. Only 1 minute.
Sir,
what questions you are having at present, just note them down.
We are already doing that, sir.
You give the answer in grasp so that they will get the answers in grasp.
Sir, we are already noting all the questions down, and your suggestion has already been pre-thought of, and we have left a column in grasp exactly for that. All right, so do not worry.
Thanks
it's
a lot.
been taken care of.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Dr. Thank you, Dr. Nilima and Dr. Hemant for this. I mean, I'm sorry if in between there was any disturbance, because I was driving and I was in the way. I have now parked my car on the side for the last 25 minutes, and I've been this thing. I'm really sorry. It is an unavoidable this thing, but I think the clear connection was quite clear.
Thanks a lot, and we should be thanking you for this in-depth explanation of the indemnity policy. This indemnity policy is the flagship of our AMC. So I take this opportunity and tell all the participants to be proactive in subscribing our policy. And I'll just shift on to the next speaker. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. It gives me a big privilege to introduce a little backbone of our AMC, Dr. Ajit Desai. Good morning, sir. You are part of this conversation, and we'll take forward from this. A small introduction, though you don't require any introduction. Sir, you have been associated with AMC for a very long time. You have enjoyed and headed most of the posts. You are the present AMC, chairman of the social service cell, and you will be talking about it now. Ex-chairman of medical legal cell, ex-joint secretary. You were the ex-chairman of the Honorary Doctors Welfare Cell. You were the editor of the website for the AMC. You were also the office secretary for AMC and ex-program committee chairman for AMC. And you have been a part of AMC since ages, and it gives me a privilege to introduce you and give you the dice to continue the program. Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot. Thank you, Ashish. Yeah. Can I have my this thing?
Yes, you
You will have to
Yeah,
screen share again.
yeah. Can I share it?
Pranav, would you look into the screen sharing, please?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. Thanks, Nilima, for calling me to speak about social service cell of AMC. I know social service cell is not that popular as our medical legal.
If you could make it full screen.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you,
Yes,
sir.
sir, we
If
can hear
you
you.
could
Please
make
continue,
the
sir.
PPT
Pardon?
full screen.
Pardon, I can't hear you. Can I continue?
Yes, sir, you can continue.
Yeah. Yeah, it is not that popular cell as our medical legal cell is. Understand? We call it medical legal cell is the USP of AMC. And plenty of members, doctors, they join AMC only for the medical legal cell. But no doubt, the social service cell is lagging behind in their activities. If I enumerate the activities, you will come to know where we stand today. Hello, why is it not moving? Hello? Yeah. The first activity which I would like to mention about social service cell is Beti Bachao Abhiyan or slogan. Beti Bachao or Save the Girl Child is an ongoing crusade of AMC. The logo of Beti Bachao is printed on our each and every AMC letterhead. It only indicates how important this Beti Bachao slogan for AMC. Then comes one more important activity of social service, that is blood donation drive. Now nearly more than 20,000 bags are collected till date and donated to government and municipal hospitals through State Blood Transfusion Council, known as SBTC. Understand? The donors are mainly and mostly our doctors, their friends, and other willing donors. The blood donation drives are held during the Doctors' Day celebration, usually on 1st July or a Sunday nearing to 1st July. It is the birth and the death anniversary of Dr. P.K. Roy, who was the ex-chief minister of West Bengal. Some doctors are doing blood donation drive throughout the year. Thanks to them. Along with blood donation, organ donation awareness like kidney donation, then skin donation. I'm purposely mentioning about skin donation, bone marrow donation, and other donations which I am not going to mention. Similarly, medical check-up camps have been organized by AMC, and for each and every distinct camp, we got a grand success. Then comes the another, you can say, project or program of social service, that is nursing training programs. Now, as you know, that there is a scarcity of nurses all throughout the world. I can say all throughout the world, not only in India. And there are many nurses who are untrained and still they are working in the private nursing homes. And to benefit them, the AMC conducts nursing training programs for these untrained and non-qualified nurses attached to various hospitals. To get A&M nurse is very, very difficult nowadays. And therefore they want something with them so that they can go ahead and work in all other hospitals. The nurses are trained in various areas like neonatal care, labor, medical and surgical emergencies, bedside care of the patient, and etc. And if you see our nursing home program, even the last program which was held recently, we almost cover all the topics which were needed for the nurses and That is the main reason. The attendance is so much. I will definitely give all the credit to our advisor, Dr. S.N. Agarwal, who is, I will not call it struggling, but he is doing this, I will call it his duty for so long, and he is doing it so well that each and every AMCite is admiring him. Thank you. All the nurses are giving, all nurses have been given a certificate after the course by AMC, and they really value this certificate. Now, the next activity which I'm going to talk about, basic life support and first responders workshops. Lay people are trained in basic life support in this workshop. This is one-day workshop. Just remember, this is only one-day workshop, which covers first aid, basic emergencies like cardiac life support. Now, invariably, we used to divide this program into two parts. One is disaster management and another one is CPR. In disaster management, even after recent bomb sports and everything, we thought that this topic is very, very important and the lay people should know how to deal with the disaster management. Similarly, with the CPR, we are having good anesthetists also. They do the exclusively CPR courses also. The course involves theory and practical training with hands-on practice. We have conducted more than 200 such workshops, of which more than 100 are sponsored by HSBC Bank. Again, I am very much thankful to Dr. Bipin Pandit, our previous trustee, president, you can say whatever, he was the one who became president twice in AMC history. I don't know how this thing bore the load of becoming president for twice and handled all the situations so nicely. Understand? But because of his influence, we got the sponsorship of nearly 22 to 25 lakhs from HSBC, and we conduct this life basic support courses. Even advanced cardiac life support course has been conducted for doctors by AMC. Now, the next activity which I am going to speak is anti-noise pollution drive. AMC periodically organizes and conducts anti-noise pollution drives in several areas across the city, along with the audiometry camps for the general population and for the college students who use earphones and headphones regularly. It is very difficult to find any college student not having earphones and headphones and listening to the music and whatnot, we don't know. Understand? And that is the main reason this anti-noise pollution drive is very, very important for the AMC point of view. Then comes public health awareness exhibition. In 2018, public health awareness exhibition was organized at 10 centers across the city and outskirts of Mumbai by means of posters. The public awareness lectures for general public to educate them on various aspects of prevention and management of certain diseases such as heart diseases, kidney diseases, cancer, diabetes, etc., etc., etc. Reproductive health lessons to the college students have also been initiated by AMC. This was a very, very good activity of AMC, which hardly anybody knows about. Then another good activity, social activity, you can say, is cancer awareness. Special initiatives have been taken by AMC to spread the awareness of different types of cancers in children as well as in adults. Lectures, talks, booklets, pamphlets, etc. have been utilized as methods of spreading the message for prevention of cancer. In fact, we have also carried out plenty of cancer awareness drives, you can say, or camps, you can say. And we found out a very good result by having these camps. Cancer, if detected at early stage, can be treated appropriately and completely, if it is possible, to save the life of the patient. Everybody knows about it. I don't have to elaborate on that. Then comes the general public sector. Now, as we are having a trust, we were told that you must do certain social activities, then only you will be granted all the concessions and everything. Of course, that was not our motto. Our motto when we started AMC, our first motto was to help the public and society. And therefore, we didn't do that because only we are getting concessions and the facilities. No. Our main motto was to have a general public sector. On behalf of general public and their safety and benefits, AMC actively intervened in the matter of railway accident. There was one Parsi Bawa in our AMC. His name was Saroj Mehta. In fact, now he is in Dubai or somewhere in UAE. He fought like anything to achieve something. And he really made the AMC's head quite proud. And really, in fact, we should not forget his efforts in filing an FIR. In fact, a FIR was also filed by AMC, by this Dr. Saroj Mehta. I will tell you the name of the person also, which resulted in removal of some killer posts and availability of ambulances at some railway stations. And that was the great, great job he did for AMC and for the society. Now, I am having certain plans, things, or anything you can see in my mind as a chairman of social service cell. In fact, last year, my plans were totally different. It was supposed to be a Nari Shakti. And therefore, I was having nearly 6 projects relating to ladies or women. Fortunately or unfortunately, it didn't take place fully. Anyway, we will forget about that. But today, in fact, my first ambition is to adapt a village. In fact, Dr. Kishore Addantaya, when he was a managing trustee last year, and myself, we were thinking of adapting a village. I think most of you must be knowing that I am attached to Ramakrishna Mission Hospital. This Ramakrishna Mission Hospital, they do plenty of charity. They have already adopted one village called Sakoa, and they do everything over there. First, I was thinking that we will ask them this thing, collaboration with AMC, and we'll do certain activities which they are not doing. But still, I'm in the mind that we will choose a separate village where even you can say less, even hardly 5% facilities are available. And we should develop this village only because of AMC contribution. Only thing, the main problem is about money. Anyway, that is my first wish. The second wish is to finance an aid to the medical students. Now, needy medical students, understand. In fact, I don't believe in money or trading in money. In fact, if we can give them certain books or certain this thing which they require, which they want, it will be a great help to these needy medical students.
Sorry to interrupt, Dr. Ajit Desai,
Pardon?
sir, but you need to be very crisp we are already
I will
running
be
behind
finishing
schedule.
within 2 to 3 minutes. Okay? Huh? The next project which I would like to have, in that I will have to appeal all the zonal directors that we will have to have tree plantation drive in each and every zone. Understand? And that is why the atmosphere will be better. In fact, you know about the pollution problem in this thing Mumbai as well as in Navi Mumbai and everywhere. I don't have to elaborate on that. Blanket distribution. Now we have already started blanket distribution. I am thankful to Dr. Rajendra Chavan, the work he is doing in Dahanu and this thing in its surrounding villages. Understand? But I would like all the zonal directors to choose one such this thing, you can say village or somewhere where we can do the blanket distribution. Of course, as I'm not having much time, I will only tell you one more thing. My another wish and the last wish is to have AMC library where we can keep all the journals and the Lancet and everything, so that our members will get the advantage. And we can definitely, we can charge a normal or we can give them free service also. And we can have this type of this thing, you can say plan. Now, last but not the least, very, very important. I would like to thank our cell advisor, Dr. S.N. Agarwal, Shiv Narayan Agarwal, for his tremendous contribution and efforts to raise the social service cell to this present level. Hats off to him. No other word. I would like to appreciate the effort of Dr. Rajendra Chavan for doing the social activities as well as the blood donation drives in remote places. His blanket distribution work is phenomenal work in the rural areas. Now, Vikram, I have not taken much time. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot, sir. It was a good presentation. I quickly move on to the next speaker, Dr. Shrikant Badwe.
Yes, I'm there.
Hello, sir.
Ashish, I'm there.
Pranab, change the slide.
Request him to stop sharing.
Yeah. A quick introduction of you, sir. Sir is a practicing urologist and endocrinologist. He is the present chairman of Consultant Development Scheme. He was honorary secretary of AMC from 1997, past president of AMC 2001. He was a managing committee member 2016-17. He was past president of Mumbai Urology Society and a very active urologist. He was president of Nana Palkar. He is president of Nana Palkar Smriti Samiti. Sir, I'll quickly ask you to start the presentation. As from here.
Yeah.
This will stop others learning.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you are audible.
I am audible. No?
And
I would request Dr. Bipin Shah and Dr. Suhas Kate to unmute themselves, because at the end of the presentation, which is going to be a very, very short presentation for question answers and contributing further information, both of them are needed on the screen. So Bipin Bhai and Suhas, you please unmute yourself. First of all, at the outset,
Dr. Ajit sir, I would request you to please mute yourself. And your videos also on. Thank you.
Shall I start? At the outset, I appreciate this initiative by President, Secretary, and the Managing Committee of this year. Congratulate them by myself and from my CBS committee. The first of all, CBS, the concept was conceived of CBS in August 2004 under presidency of Dr. Sudha Sheth. It was crafted out by Dr. P.N. Rao sir, who was made chairman then, and Dr. Bipin Shah, who was a convener of this cell. Other medical organizations having such schemes are plenty of them. My slides have gone. Hello.
Please get on the slides. Yeah.
It is there, no?
Yeah.
You're back on, sir.
Yeah, 1 minute, but it is not moving, unfortunately.
Yes, sir, it's moving now.
But it is taking little time. 1 minute. So it was crafted by Dr. P.N. Rao and Dr. Bipin Shah, who were that time chairman and convener of this cell, and many other medical organizations, the IMA National, IMA Maharashtra State, GPA, Ophthalmic Association, Pediatric Association, many of them, they have this kind of a benevolent scheme for their members. And apart from medical organization, plenty, lots and lots of them, like consultant, chartered accountant organization.
Can you share your slides?
My slides are not there, no?
No, sir.
Now it will come. 1 minute. Is it there now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now only thing is that I have to go to slideshow.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How do I go?
Left down, sir. Right down.
On your screen, right-hand side down, there
Down,
will be
sir.
a bowl-shaped icon.
I am not getting. Array, 1 minute.
So you can double click on it also.
See the Nari Shakti here also. Badwe sir's wife is there to help him behind him. Women. Keep it up.
Yeah. 1 second. Now I still don't know to make it full screen.
Because of the Nari Shakti, the slide doesn't move.
Oh.
Anyway, let us go ahead. So, see, basically, let us start this consultant benevolent scheme. Now, I am the chairman, Suhas Kate is convener, and Dr. P.N. Rao and Dr. Bipin Shah, they are advisor and patrons for this scheme. Now, this consultant benevolent scheme, what it does, it serves that term insurance. It is a type of investment, and it helps the consultant's family to tide over the crisis in the event of death or sickness leading to permanent mental or total physical disability. Now, who can join the scheme? Any life member of AMC Mumbai, any life member of FAMC. Now we have included students members also. The student members also can join. And one of the most important thing is spouse of member can also become a member of this scheme with the same benefit by only paying 1,000 rupees at the time of becoming member. Another important thing is one can become a member of this scheme only up to the age of 65. Now, what are the documents required for becoming a member? First and foremost thing is there is a CBS form from AMC office, or on the website also it is available. AMC life membership number would be required. Your age proof would be required, and photograph of the member along with photograph of the nominee, passport size, are required to be put. And check in favor of Association of Medical Consultants, Mumbai, CBS. The type of payment which you do when you join this scheme, the joining fee is according to the age group where you fall, up to the age of 65, because as I said, up to 65 only you can become a member. Then there is advance contribution of rupees 6,000, and that is refundable at the time of disbursement of your benevolent fund to your nominee, but it will be without interest, because you are going to pay for 25 years, and after your death also, this is a refundable deposit, but it will be returned to you without interest. Then annual administration of the association and the scheme fees of rupees 400 are inclusive of GST. Remember that 400 are charged every year. And obviously fraternity contribution of every year, which is 1,000 rupees multiplied by the number of deaths in the previous financial year. Remember one thing, you are going to pay the fees or this thing only up to 25 years. Now this is the chart of age group, And what you can see is if you become a member below 40 years of age, the fees 10,300, and the spouse can join with adding another 1,000. Your spouse can have all the benefits by adding only 1,000. And if you look at it, after the age of 64, between 64 to 65, you need to pay something like 64,000, and up to the age of 64, you need to pay 58,000. So it is age dependent when you join the scheme. However, later on, when you see the chart of what benefits patients have got, that members have got, you will be amazed at it. The required documents for claiming the benevolent fund at the end after the death is your death certificate, which is required, bank attested form for signature confirmation of the nominee from the bank, this thing, a one cancelled check, PAN card copy of nominee, and photograph of the nominee. And payment by AMC office is done online to you. Now, how do we do the annual subscription? The notice is always sent in April month. Payment to be done before 31st May. So you get 2 months. Grace period of 2 months with the nominal penalty is given. That means, after May, another 2 months you can pay with the amount of penalty. But after 31st July, non-payers are sent registered notice and they are terminated from the scheme. Now, this is the most important slide, and I think you all should dwell upon it for a little longer. And this is the benefit which was received by families, nominees in the year of 21-22. And you can see the deaths are 11. And from 2004, there are plenty of them who have joined the scheme. And there are 1 or 2 of them from 2008, 2013. The take-home message is amount which was contributed by them. If you go through it, 68,600, the amount received was 11,30,000. Somebody who has paid 58,525, the amount received was 11,06,000. Somebody who has paid only 57,500, he has received 11,02,200. So this is the most important slide, and this gives you the impression how much useful it is and how much attractive it is. Present status of membership is around 1,373 members. So far, 88 members or members' families or nominees have received the benevolent scheme. Last year's chart, of course, I showed you. But remember one thing, it's a purely number game. The number of members are more, the amount benevolent fund which person received, nominee received would be more. We have a tremendous scope because our membership is 13,000 plus. And here you can see that 1,300 are the members. So that's the place where, later on our this one advisor, Dr. Bipin Shah, also would speak to you. But this is where there is a lot that we can do together, the whole committee. Now, what are the unique features of CBC? One important thing, no other scheme has this. Member's spouse can become CBS member, even if she is a non-medico. CBS payment is also done in cases of 100% disability, physical and mental. Up till now, from our scheme, 2 people have received payment because of 100% physical disability. Remember one thing, we have taken opinion of actuaries twice, and according to them, this scheme is viable as long as you keep on adding new members every year, and preferably they should, they should obviously increase the number of deaths in that year. So that is where we all need to work. Now, at the end of it, this is our important slide. Why one should join CBS, Consultant Benevolent Scheme? Financial security to one's family. Unique, both conceptually and operationally, because you get checked absolutely within 1 week's time. Simplicity, no lengthy forms, no cumbersome medical examination for joining. Fractions of cost of insurance anywhere in the world. No other insurance company would have such a low cost. No nerve-wracking claim procedures. Absolutely simple procedure. Disability benefit no other scheme would have. Your own scheme by your own association, by your own friends, brothers, and members symbolizes bonding between the fellow colleagues and a sense of mutual caring amongst all of us. Thank you very much. Now, I would request our advisor, Dr. Bipin Shah. This scheme is his brainchild, and he is very passionate about it. He is very much, involved in this scheme. So, Bipin Bhai, I would request you to come in and speak a few words. And later on, we can have question answers. Thank you. I hope that I have finished in time.
Not, sir. Yeah, you were very quick and very crisp about the things. Bipin sir and Kati sir, please do with the things.
Bipin Bhai, Dr. Bipin Shah, please take over.
Yeah. Thank you, Srikant. And I really thank the president and the secretary to give us a sufficient time to present about the consultant benevolent scheme. My dream is to see that we reach to about 2,500 membership. And once we reach to that target, we can give a fairly good amount of money to the family where the such stressful condition comes up. As we have said that our actuaries has always given advice that every year new members should join and compare, and their number should be more than number of people leaving the scheme. So I earnestly request each and every member, there are about 65 members who've been joining this webinar, and I request each and every one. I request each and every managing committee member who is an ambassador of an AMC in a different area to take this message and convince the person to join the scheme. Friends, the era of just going to the funeral, going to the Baitak is over. We have to see that our colleague is financially strong so they can face the situation. So no one would receive any donation from any member would like to receive such sort of funds. But by rights, when he's been given such fund from the scheme, they would accept. So I feel the basic aim of the thing, as Srikant has said, this is a pure number game where money is transferred from the pocket of one person and passed on to the one point where all this money goes. This money, we have taken the opinion also that one thing, it is income tax wise, there is no exemption of paying the amount to the consultant benevolent fund. But so far, we have never heard from any nominee that there was any income tax problem. So without probably hesitation, one should join. Don't bother about the income tax problems. They are always can be solved. We have a formula, but we cannot just say right on the webinar. So friend, without income tax keeping in mind, and more the people will join the scheme, I am very sure we will reach to our target as early as possible. And there is also hesitation by youngster that still there is a sufficient time for me to join in the scheme. One does not know about the life. At the same time, we have kept the provision also that only for 25 years he has to pay. So he joins at the age of 30. He finishes his liability by age of 55, and thereafter is not supposed to pay any amount except the annual expenditure, which is of 400 to 500 rupees to run the scheme that we collect from all the members after even completion of that. We have about 600 members as a founder member who have joined in 2004 to 2005. And thereafter, we have such probably the 88 families have taken the fruit of this scheme. They have been benefited by about disbursement of a fairly large, sufficient amount, that is of 11 lakhs rupees to this family, we have disbursed. We have a corpus of more than 4.4 crores. And once again, repeatedly, I would wish that request to join the CBS scheme. And we are open to question answer during this session. As well as I would like to say that you can share my number 9322280305. I am available anytime to any member if he wants to join the scheme.
Thank you, Bipin bhai. And I would say that if Suhas has to add something, if you want to say something, otherwise the convener of the program, if there are any questions, you put it to us, and we'll be glad to inform you, answer them.
So there are a couple of questions. Kati sir,
Here. Suhas sir, do you want to say something?
There was some questions for Kate, no? Who was asking question?
So there
Ashish.
are questions in the question and answer box. One of the questions says the member is 65 years plus and wife is below 65 years. So
No. Primarily, the member should be below 65, up to 65. I mean, obviously, if the member is 65 plus and wife is non-medico, non-member of AMC, I don't think she would be able to join the scheme.
Okay, this is answered. One more question from Dr. Niranjan Nagpur. Can I join at the age of 77 years?
No. The scheme is up to only 65 years of age. Because
No.
This question is out of 1,000, how much contribution goes to the member? The answer to that is, out of 1,000, 800 goes to the member's family nominee, and 200 are kept. Bipin bhai, you can talk in details about this. This 200 we keep it ourselves for your future, liability on us, because people are not going to pay after 25 years.
So exactly the 20% of the amount is retained. So when we say take 1,000 rupees, 800 rupees is paid to the family and 20% is kept with the association as a future liability fund. This future liability fund will definitely look after when the 25 years of that member is over, and till he is alive, on his behalf, future liability fund will be paying in the scheme.
All the questions are answered.
Thank you very much.
I expect at least tomorrow 10 members should join the scheme.
That's great. Yes.
One point I would like to make over here, during COVID times, we have learned that age is not a factor which decides when your demise is going to occur. It can happen to you and me anytime, any place, anywhere. So the CBS scheme we have seen during COVID times, also we had many deaths. And once a death occurs in a family, it is not just the loss of the family member, but financial support coming to your doorstep right then within a day or two really gives a lot of strength to the family to attend to the immediate expenses that may be incurred. Your life insurance and all does come in, but there's a lot of paperwork involved in all that. Our CBS cell is a very active cell. And the moment we come to know of any such thing that has happened to a family, we are standing behind you and giving you the right kind of financial support which you actually require at that particular time. So the CBS scheme is our scheme. It is meant for us. All the AMC members put together, if we join hands and all of us pour in our resources, which I think that the amount that we are paying to the CBS cell is peanuts compared to what we are getting in return when we are no longer there. So the CBS cell is doing a wonderful job, and the more the people join into this scheme, the more robust the scheme becomes and the more amount of repayment you get, your family gets after you. Bipin sir, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I just say this scheme has got a window period of 1 year. Moment you join that year, till completion of 1 year, that we call as the window period. During that, if there is any death occurs, the person is not eligible for the CBS fund.
Thank you, Bipin bhai. I forgot to mention that for the window period of 1 year, and we had condoned that 1 year period during the
as a part
COVID
of a gesture.
2 years. 2 years it was condoned.
As a part of gesture during the COVID period, we waived that period.
We
for our
condone
members.
that.
AMC has always been behind its members like this, the consultant benevolence scheme, the NOAA cell, the HNA policy, the PI policy. All of us at that time had come ahead and we had supported each and every member during COVID times. I do not think any of us should ever forget what AMC has done for every member who has been there. So we actually held hands for you. 2 years we've proven our mettle, and I request each and every person to ask at least one more friend of his to become a member and become a member of the consultant benevolence scheme so that we can continue doing benefit to our members in the years coming.
Member, President Madam, I would like to say that we now term the new terminology, what is called as a motivator. Each managing committee member will be a motivator of the scheme, and whosoever makes more than 10 members, he will be definitely will be given
Appreciated.
we'll give an award, specially appreciation award to him.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful idea. Let's implement this. So
Yeah,
CBSL has announced today that they are going to award some benefit to the members who make maximum number of more members. So an incentive right here offered by Dr. Bipin Shah and Dr. Shrikant Badwe. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Dr. Kati, do you want to add something to this? So you are muted, sir. You have to unmute yourself first. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir, we can hear you now.
I just want to say that this is the one of the best schemes the AMC is offering, and people should join in hordes and large numbers and help other the family members of the departed souls. Thank you very much.
And madam, I always call this AMC Jindagi ke saath or Jindagi ke baad mein.
I agree.
Yeah, we used to say that Jindagi ke saath, Jindagi ke baad bhi. AMC.
This is a very good tagline, and thanks a lot for all these panelists.
And I would just like to add that unlike the LIC IPO, our value will not go down. It will keep on appreciating.
No, but
Yes,
LIC
great. Thank
always
you.
gives better return after the life.
This
During the
is
life
for
may
the
not give
doctors
you,
and
but
by the
always
doctors.
LIC record is very that after the life it gives the maximum amount of return.
There's one question coming up here which you need to announce and answer is, what about income tax? Will there be a TDS cut before payment to the nominee?
No.
Answer is no.
Okay.
Bipin sir, could you just share your number on the chat box?
Yeah, we can share our numbers, both all three of us, myself, Kate, and Bipin Bhai.
Yeah, you can do it on the chat box, please.
Yeah, sure.
The CBS also has its own email ID. So anyone who wants to get in touch with the CBS cell can write to cbs@amcmumbai.org.
And madam, I request still more thing on our, while ringing up on AMC number, we always say welcome to this, and probably for HNA, this is the thing and this is thing. I please add CBS also, so and so number.
Sir,
For motor insurance, there is a comment on the when you ring up AMC.
So at least it becomes a reminder to a member.
Yes, sir. We are coming up with a special helpline number for AMC members, which we will have a special number for each and every cell also, and for value-added services. It is coming soon. We are working on that. But currently, like you have pointed out in the recording, we shall definitely add this CBS cell.
But thank you very much for giving us a good, proper time, adequate time, copious time. Thank you, madam.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Sure,
The
it's
pleasure
one of
was
the
ours.
best schemes possible, but I found that, we are not having too many members over here. And like you rightly said, it's a number game. The more the people come in, the lesser the burden on everybody, and the more the help we can give, after we are not here. So more and more members need to join this scheme. So this scheme will become successful for everybody concerned.
Thanks a lot, everybody. With the presentation, we are running short of little time. So moving on, I would like to introduce Dr. Umesh Oza. Hello, sir. Dr. Umesh Oza. He is a consultant neurologist. He is a chairman of affiliate unit cell of AMC at present, and we'll be talking about this. He has held the positions of managing committee member. He was also a trustee and zonal director of AMC Mumbai. I would not waste the time and give the dais to Dr. Umesh Oza. Sir, you can continue.
Thank you very much, friends. It's a pleasure to talk to members and the friends. Before I talk about affiliate cell, let me give you a little preamble. What is so unique about Association of Medical Consultants Mumbai? Well, when I joined, it gave me an opportunity to meet consultants and intellectuals from various specialties. I could meet many of my friends during various programs, which was not possible after my joining urology. This was a great common platform. The topics addressed and discussed were very much different from pure academics, but more important for survival in medical practice. Unfortunately, these topics were never a part of medical curriculum. The visionaries of AMC took up this challenge to empower our community. The seminars and debates were conducted not on pure medical topics, but on topics so important for medical community like medico-legal issues, problems of TPA, communication skills, blood donation drive, organ awareness program, nursing home issues, health insurance, medical policies, noise pollution, media interaction, first responders training program, nurses and health workers training classes, role of computers in healthcare sector. Well, the list can go on and on and on. Now, when our friends from other cities realized that we have this great association in Mumbai, they were amazed. They also wanted to become part of this association, or they want to replicate this model. Well, that's the time where our leaders thought that whatever experience which we have gathered in AMC in last so many years, now this is the 50th year, and all these policies, all these benefits, all this planning has come by input of so many people over the years. Well, we thought that AMC needs to expand its wings and help others in achieving the same model in their own cities. Now, with this background, I think the concept of affiliate cells came into the vogue. Well, we thought that we will help our fraternity beyond the jurisdictions of AMC Mumbai to have their own local association of medical consultants and can give benefit to all their members. Well, I remember going to various cities conducting this type of programs where we talked about the medical legal cells, we talked about various agencies, we talked about the various benefits of AMC. They all wanted to become members. Dr. Lalit Kapoor's talk was always a great attraction. And this is how we incorporated the idea of affiliate cells or affiliate units of various cities in state of Maharashtra and in India. And this is how we can have more affiliate units in different places. My predecessor, Dr. Kishore Adhyantaya, with help of so many presidents, past presidents, kept on working so hard to create these various units. And today we have more than 10 units in different parts of the country. Now we have our affiliate units today in Udgir, Sindhudurg, Bangalore, Mangalore, Raigad, Kolhapur, Pune, Nashik, Ratnagiri. I think it's a great achievement. And they all have their own managing committee, but they all follow our principles and our guidance. The biggest advantage, they all can be part of the members of various schemes which you are hearing today. Let me tell you, the schemes which you are hearing today are unique for our own members. You don't get this facility given by any other associations. Now, as very rightly said, the number is very important. And more the numbers, we can have benefits to more members at much more acceptable rates with more advantage. Now, the idea of letting you know all this detail is that whenever these affiliate units have been started, one of the members of our association, Medical Consultant Mumbai, took an initiative, talked to their friends, and this is how the whole process started from place to place. I am sure we have many members here who have their friends in different parts of the country who will be very happy to start this sort of affiliate unit. Now, how to form an AMC affiliate unit? Now, Mumbai has taken a role to coordinate all these units and give them guidance. So the requirement is a minimum of 25 eligible consultants with allopathic postgraduate qualifications from MCI or NMC, recognized universities, and they have to have first get together and decide that we want to form a local AMC unit. Once that is done, we of course will help them in developing the whole unit. And at the end, over the years, our goal is to make them independent. We don't want to hold on to them, but we want to guide them, if we can, to our other members of the fraternity to get the same advantage what we have got from AMC Mumbai. So this is the whole idea of this affiliate units. And I'm sure many of you will have friends. Now I can tell you there are 2 or 3 other units which are ready to go. But last year, because of the COVID, we could not really get them in, and which of course the process will continue. The whole idea is that AMC Mumbai wants to help all the consultants in Maharashtra and India to create better environment for the doctors, patients, and all the healthcare workers. As you know, unity is the strength. More together we are, we can have a better benefits for all of us, and of course our patients, and for the healthcare workers all over the country. So friends, this is the background of the affiliate cell. Though it may not affect you individually directly, but I'm sure you can help others to get these benefits. Let us progress together, help each other to look after ourselves and our patients. Let me tell you, AMC Mumbai is a great organization and will be ready to help anybody and everybody. Today, I must congratulate Dr. Nilima and her team for very rightly bringing that emotion in ourselves. I am proud to be AMCite. Long live AMC. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions, I'll be very happy to answer you. Dr. Kishore Adyanta has not been able to join because of his prior commitments, but he is the man behind, of course, with help of all the past presidents and Dr. Lalit Kapoor as a senior member and advisor of this unit. Thank you very much, Dr. Nilima, for giving me this opportunity.
Umesh sir. If any questions, we'll take it.
There is one question in the chat box. Ashish, could you take that, please?
Yeah.
To Ashok.
Will affiliated unit members will be paying life memberships to AMC?
No, they pay their amount to their own organization, which partly comes to AMC to sort of be there for their guidance and all the investment or the expenditure we make to run different schemes by AMC Mumbai.
And so the question next to it was that will the schemes be available for them?
Yes, of course. Today we already have so many members who are availing of all the various schemes of AMC Mumbai.
Okay, fine. So this is done with Dr. Umesh Oza. Thanks a lot, sir. All the
one comment from my side again. Dr. Umesh Oza is the Amitabh Bachchan of AMC. We always love to have him in. He did not have a presentation, but we did not miss the presentation at all, sir. Your voice is something we always wait to listen too. The affiliate unit, like you rightly said, unity is such an important thing. We as consultants have very different issues than what the general practitioners have. And that is again the strong point of AMC, that we understand the issues faced by consultants. We understand the issues faced by nursing home owners. We understand the issues faced by consultants who are affiliated to the municipal hospitals or government hospitals, affiliated to the corporate hospitals. And unity is the code word right now, and for that AMC needs to spread far and wide. Anytime a call is needed to be given, all the consultants need to jump in, and that is why we need to spread all across, because whenever there is any kind of a problem, all the consultants need to be there, united, fighting for our cause. AMC is now looking forward to having something like an AMC Sena, which will be taking part in going and having dharnas maybe, or having press conferences, or going and meeting ministers. And we're going to be extremely active where any kind of issues are concerned, especially now that the CEA and the CPA is there with us. One USP on the AMC app, if you all have noticed, is the SOS button that we have. Right now, it is only active on the Android app, but it will very soon be active on the iOS platform, because the Apple has a lot of problems about giving consents and various dimensions, and we are dealing with it right now. It shall be available to everybody. So whatever AMC Mumbai conceptualizes, we want to spread it to every consultant member all across India. But before we aim at India, we need to aim at Maharashtra. Let us come and become an all Maharashtra team first, so that we can spread far and wide. We have come to an end of one era of 50 years. This is the 51st year, with new energy and with new enthusiasm. Now we should really spread far and wide. The affiliate unit has been doing a fabulous job. Wherever anybody wants to have an affiliate unit, please write to Dr. Umesh Oza, please write to the AMC office, and we will be there. We will conduct programs for you wherever you invite us. We will come and share all our schemes, all the information that is necessary. And we would love to see AMC spread all across India, and in the near future, even become an international body. But we need to capture the home ground first. So let us start right here. Thank you so much.
Very correctly said, madam. We are all part of this AMC Sena. Taking this thing further, I'd like to introduce Dr. Ashok Shukla. Dr. Ashok Shukla is MBBS, DNB, FCPS, DGO, DFF, LLB, and LLM. He is President-elect of AMC Mumbai, conveyor of AMC, NOAS cell, and he'll be talking about this today. The owner of Sai Ashir Maternity and Nursing Home. He's a committee member of AFC, also chairperson of IMA, Medical Legal Cell, committee member of MOGS. He is a trustee of Bhindra Medical Cell, and we'll be taking it from here. Dr. Ashok Shukla.
Good morning, everybody. So we'll be talking about the network of AMC hospitals, that is NOVA. I hope you all are able to see my slide.
Yes, we are able to see.
Yeah. So Association of Medical Consultant has different wings, different cells. Now today we are going to talk about the network of AMC hospitals, that is NOVA cell. The chairperson at present, Dr. Suresh Rao sir, advisor Dr. Niranjan Agarwal, and I and Dr. Sudhir Nayak are the conveners. Next slide, please. Is the slide changing?
Not yet.
Yeah. So the lifeline of Mumbai healthcare is the nursing homes in Mumbai. Network of AMC hospitals is a group of members of AMC who own their nursing homes. Everybody accepts the issues faced by the consultants are different, and issues faced by the consultants who are also the owner of hospitals are different, because there are two different categories of issues faced. And hence the network of AMC hospitals mainly helps in the consultants who are also the owners of nursing homes, or they are partners in nursing homes where they are having the main say. So what was the purpose of this cell? So to deal with the problems with various laws regulating exclusively for nursing home, labor laws, BMC regulations, FDA, Clinical Establishment Act, Fire NOC, which is at present the most important, Cooperative Societies Act, lot of issues with the hospitals, Biomedical Waste Disposal Act. AMC has intervened time and again to fill the deficiencies existing in our system and help our nursing home members, the owners, overcome these practical issues. Now, if you will see what are the benefit when we are together, so it represents and negotiate on behalf of the member hospitals, because when you go alone to the corporation, they sometimes don't listen to you. You go alone to the government, they don't listen to you. But when a group or a cell representing a huge number of member hospitals, when they go, then the insurance company, the government, the corporations, everybody listen. So we also help represent and negotiate on the behalf of member hospitals with the insurance industry, healthcare supplies industry, customer groups for welfare of the members. We basically are small and medium healthcare providers while drafting any new law or regulatory mechanism for the healthcare industries. We also conduct number of panel discussions and symposiums involving the people who are at the helm of the affairs and form part of the decision-making body, because a lot of time these rules, regulations suddenly are created by the corporation when some incident occurs, and then implying or complying those becomes very difficult. And hence, when they are involved in the panel discussion, they also understand the theoretical and then the later practical implementation sometimes is not exactly possible for the existing hospitals. To mount a legal challenge as and when required, whenever required, we also go and challenge in the court of law to provide the accreditation to AMC nursing homes, which I have mentioned in the later slides, and also to provide an insurance policy for complete protection of nursing homes. That is umbrella policy. It's again a fantastic policy which this Nova cell has. Now, the cell also has nurses, we do nursing staff and paramedic training programs. Now, we all accept that we all are having shortage of qualified nurses, and we are working with some qualified nurses and then remaining as a you can say half-trained or paramedical staff or nursing aid. Now, if the hospital's nurses are well-trained, then running the hospital also becomes easier for their members. So we conduct a nurses training program for such staff, thereby increasing their knowledge, helping them in patient care. The nurses are trained in various areas like neonatal care, labor, medical, surgical emergencies, bedside care. Now, these programs also serve as continuous medical education for the nurses. And Dr. S.N. Agarwal, sir, who has started the nurses training program, has maintained that every year he keeps on doing more than around 800 to 1,000 nurses do attend, and we also give participating nurses a certificate from AMC. We are also trying to get some recognition, maybe some skill development of government department, so that some recognition also comes to these nurses which get trained through us. Network of AMC hospitals. Now, there's creating a cohesive group of small health providers to focus on nursing home problems exclusively and therefore more effectively. We also proactively launched an accreditation program like with FEQH, with FEQH and the Mumbai chapter of QCI. The FEQH is Forum of Enhancement of Quality in Healthcare, and because of which before the NABH came, or NABH mandatory came for nursing homes, the FEQH helped our members to self-regulate and self-guide and have rules, proper record keeping, and that's the reason when the NABH accreditation issues came, people who are already having FEQH had a lot of ease of getting the NABH accreditation. We also had through our cells helped many hospitals get NABH accreditation done through their training programs and guiding them about the requirements of the NABH accreditation system. Now, the office umbrella policy. See, a lot of time what happens is we have different insurance policies. We have our car insurance, we have health insurance, we also have equipment insurance, fire insurance, cell phone insurance, protection, error and omission. There are many insurance which we require, earthquake insurance, damage to the property, insurance when some violence occurs. So in this, the office umbrella policy, the AMC Nova members created an umbrella policy where there are different things which are covered, and depending upon which things you want to get it covered, the insurance premium gets decided. Now, if you'll see what are the works or the issues which have been done in last few years, which I would just like to mention, because these are just glimpses of what we have done. So in 2019-20, the Nova Cell prepared suggestions on proposed amendments by the government, by the Bombay Nursing Home Act, and submitted them to the government for favorable consideration so that the existing nursing homes don't get affected. AMC Soch program is an ongoing program where in 1920 under the cell we had a white paper on ease of doing business and cost effective healthcare. Then we do various AMC activities creating awareness for our members so that they are updated with point to time rules and regulations what's happening. Then procurement and distribution of personal protective equipment were this is during the COVID era, when the priority at that time was how to protect our healthcare workers also. And those were the time when the private players were left to live themselves on their own, and the prices of hand sanitizer, mask, everything was skyrocketing. And the AMC Nova chipped in and helped all its members and other healthcare workers, and approximately 40 lakhs worth protective equipment was purchased and given to our members at a very reasonable cost. Negotiated and procured the Corona Rakshak policy for its members. That time all our nursing staff, the hospital nursing staff were worried whether if they land up with COVID, then what will happen, who will pay their fees, and the days of work they will be lost. And then this Corona Rakshak policy was floated for all our AMC Nova member hospitals so that they can give to their staff at a very economical price, which we had negotiated, which was well appreciated by the members and helpful for the members during this COVID pandemic. Then the complementary Corona Rakshak policy, which was obtained for the members of the MAHAD, it's just, back to our members, this interns, the just passed MBBS students internship, they were working in the different hospitals during the COVID because everybody was supposed to work. And then we had bought a complementary Corona Rakshak policy for them so that they get protected during this COVID, and many other, but these were the highlights. And then 21-22, in continuation of helping the society during this COVID pandemic, we also helped the Corona Rakshak policy. Premium was paid by the AMC, getting reimbursement from the insurance company smoothly because those were the students. Then in Mirabai Municipal Corporation, because of there was a fire in a hospital in Virar, where suddenly the corporation, the local police commissionerate came out with an urgent electrical audit and then structural audit. And so we helped under the first getting the uniform codes so that all the hospitals get the best code possible and essential requirements with the multiple meets with the concerned MBMC officers also. And as I told in the beginning of my talk, a lot of time whenever incidents happen, a lot of time the government come out with sudden change in the rules and regulations. And under the leadership of Dr. Niranjan Agarwal, we met the MLA, Srimati Geeta Jain, and Additional Commissioner of Mirabai Corporation, and got the audit requirements for the nursing homes modified so that the nursing homes can easily comply. Ultimately, everybody wants safety. Nobody wants to compromise safety, but there has to be some consideration to the existing hospitals which are there, and some extra care they are ready to take, but rules regulations should be such a way that they are also able to comply. And then the fire issues, which everybody knows, which was in Mumbai also affected. So on the 23rd, we had a program held on 23rd May 2021, where the members of the affiliate unit and there was a talk by the Mr. Rajesh Dubey, who was a structural audit, then Bhagyashi Verma, the electrical audit, and Mr. KB Hirwale, who is the Chief Fire Officer, Mumbai, on the current situation of the safety protocols of fire in the nursing home. He was also joined by Mr. Hemant Parab, who is the Deputy Chief Fire Officer. Now, this was followed by a panel discussion where we were able to tell them the problems which we are facing, because online number and then the form used to get expired, then we have to re-log in, create a new number, and they assured us that we will be able to take care. And then we had a follow-up meeting on 8th December 2021 at AMC office, 3:30 p.m. with fire officers covering the areas between the Bandra to Andheri, and our members who had issues with the fire complaints were called and they had attended, and we were able to resolve. Now, the fire complaint issues of the nursing homes have been taken up in systemic manner, and multiple meetings with Chief Fire Officer, Executive Health Officer, and at the same time with the IT team, because multiple teams which were under multiple departments have to coordinate it so that to help our members, and all difficulties faced by members were compiled and sent to them, on which fire department worked with their IT team and were able to resolve most of their issues related to the fire complaints. In fact, that time we had also told that where some people were trying to chip in and ask for some amount of money, and they assured, sir, if the rules regulations are properly followed, then no need of paying a single pie. Just any issues directly inform. So I would also like to take this opportunity to tell that if anybody is still having those issues, they can definitely write and send an email to the AMC office, and we will again try to bridge the gap between the departments and try to get the things done. Uh, Now the proposed plan, because of the COVID, the whole concentration was shifted to the COVID last 2 years. Now we have huge plans, different plans again, common stationery for our network hospital. So we are planning that a common paper, a common discharge card, a common IPD paper, a common prescription pattern, a logo with the logo of AMC Nova Hospital Network, all those things, so that wherever those papers or those discharge card goes, the patient aware it's a standard hospital. It's a hospital which follows a minimum basic criteria. So we have no issues taking treatment in these hospitals. Bulk buying instruments on a larger scale, trying to club members, like anesthesia machine, maybe boils apparatus, maybe stationery, maybe instruments, where when we do go and buy in bulk, everybody knows we can get a better offer, where a better cost is there, and the cost of the equipment also reduces. And hence I think so bulk buying should be a huge benefit to the members. For that also we are trying to work up grading of hospitals. We are also trying to on the basis of the facilities and XYZ, the criteria, we are trying to also grading of hospitals, so that whenever we approach the insurance company, they say, sir, doctor, why we are insisting for standardization of grading is because we don't know what hospitals are 5-bed, 7-bed, 10-bed, whether the number of beds should be the criteria, or the facilities available should be the criteria, the expertise available, the equipments available should. So grading of hospitals also becomes very important. We are also planning to have systems where a patient, even if the hospital is not under TPA or cashless, the patient goes, take treatment, and a third party, or as per the IRDA, some who can reimburses or who assures us of paying our hospital bills, and then till the reimbursement process of the patient is completed. These are many projects which are in pipeline, and I hope so in the coming time would be able to do better and better. Thank you for your patient hearing. So I will stop sharing my screen so that if anybody has any
Sir, thank you. There was a small message in the chat box. Dr. Mukadam has mentioned, I want to know fire compliance of nursing home is a big challenge for all of us. The fire officer who visits nursing home has different rules each time. Can AMC help us and take a strong representation in this regard? Dr. Shukla?
Okay, go ahead. It is there on the card, and we'll be as a team we'll be taking it up, particularly in Mumbai area. So you can go ahead with the next speaker.
We'll continue with our speech, and now I'll take the opportunity to introduce Dr. Sujata Rao. Madam. Ma'am is honorary ENT consultant at Holy Spirit Hospital. She is trustee, past president of AMC, a well-known face in AMC. She is editor of GRASP AMC for 3 years, editor of Smart Mantras for National Medical Practice AMC. She was also editor of Bridging the Gap, Myths and Facts in Medicine, AMC. She is currently practicing in Kandivali. And to continue with the talks, Dr. Sujata ma'am, you can continue.
Thank you, Dr. Ashin, for the introduction. First of all, I would like to congratulate President Madam Dr. Nilima and AMC team for holding such a informative session between the members and the AMC service providers, I can call them, the chairperson and the workers behind the various activities in addition to the managing committee. So can I share the screen? Please let me know if it is visible. Is it seen?
Not
Not
yet,
yet.
ma'am.
Not seen?
Share screen option.
I have tested it. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, one sec. Let me see now.
Yes, madam.
Okay.
Make it full screen if possible.
Yeah, I'll make it. Just give me a minute. Okay. So I have become a chairperson of MMC in the last 1 year, since 1 year. I take the legacy from my advisors, Dr. Bipin Pandit and Dr. Suresh Rao. So all the activities that I present today are not my individual accomplishments. In fact, they are the cumulative efforts of our predecessors, our seniors, and the entire managing committee through the years in the last 50 years. And that is how the MMC cell has evolved. When I go to the next slide, you will realize it. So why was this body formed? The Maharashtra Medical Council Interaction Cell was formed during turbulent times when there was a long gap of no elections to the MMC. And that is when this cell became was initiated, and to bring about some sense of decency and some changes in the election, and also the functioning of the most important statutory body which governs us, the Maharashtra Medical Council. It is also a quasi-judicial body, and hence its significance is unparalleled. The next landmark year was 2009, when the elections were held after a long gap. And we had our chance of being part of the elections along with the Indian Medical Association, our parent body. And we had a very, very robust, strong and sincere body which represented the fraternity in the council. Dr. Bipin Pandit and Dr. Suresh Rao were our AMC representatives. And it was a thumping majority which gave them a complete mandate to govern the fraternity in the right manner. Next, I cut down to the recent times when NMC was introduced, the bill was introduced, then our recommendations were given through multiple discussions and debates. And once it has been formed, we have also been formulating, or we have been pursuing with some changes if possible that can be done. Through the years, before NMC came, the Maharashtra Medical Council also was, the CEA Act, which was centrally implemented. We had the entire fraternity had some of the other objections to the NCA Act, the CEA Act. And that is when the different associations and leaders came together in 2013 to urge the government to create a specific Maharashtra specific CEA Act. And that is how an expert committee was formed. And AMC worked once again unitedly with IMA and other specialty organizations to give valuable recommendations, as well as led a state drive to invite suggestions from individual doctors. I'll be failing in my submission if I don't acknowledge the important submissions and guidance given to the entire committee by Dr. Kapoor sir, Dr. Ketan Parikh sir, Dr. Pandit sir, Dr. Suresh Rao sir, and the entire managing committee and most of our Maharashtra doctors who came together and spoke in one voice to give the recommendations through AMC. Now we come to the recent registration renewals where MMC cell per se had to coordinate with the members and the MMC executive body because of the number of, you can say glitches, or you can say number of stopgap problems which were created due to lack of information or due to lack of coordination, lack of communication. And we try to be the bridge to coordinate between the members and sort out their issues during the renewal process. Either they were login issues or password issues or CME credit points which were not updated, or the doubts and queries of senior citizens, or the doubts and queries of people who had legitimate CME credit points but were forced to give a submission or to give a, undertaking that they would be fulfilling because it was not reflecting on their personal page. So in pursuance of this, we decided to give a letter to the MMC to point out the deficiencies and to also assist them if it was required in whatever manner possible to create some smooth functioning of this channel to facilitate the registration of all the members. And it is during this time that I think the realization also was dawned on MMC that number of organizations, the regional associations which were creating CME credit, which were creating CME accredited conferences had not updated in the right manner or failed to update or whatever be the reason. And that is why the chaos had happened about availability of the legitimate CME credit points. And that is when they came up with some recent reforms in the CME accreditation. It's a 21-page document which I plan to share with the members, the relevant points through our GRAS. But at present, suffice to say that they have become very strict and introduced some discipline to the online as well as physical accreditation, as well as the accreditation of associations through whom you can take your own CMEs. So it would be worthwhile for everybody to go through the 21-page document and arrive at their own respective decisions to hold accredited seminars and webinars. Now, in pursuance of this, creating our positive recommendations, the medico-legal cell gave us an opportunity to have an interactive forum to discuss the dynamics between the newly appointed NMC and MMC. And I'm sorry, the slide is saying AMC, it should be MMC. So we tried to pose a number of doubts and got some clarifications from the MMC President, Dr. Shiv Kumar Uttare sir. And it was a pleasure to get most of our doubts resolved and also find some ways of creating solutions to our long problems. Now, this was an RTI which was sent in coordination with the medical legal cell because of certain hurdles which our members who are being approached by the MMC for some complaints have faced. And we wanted to know few basic rules and basic compliances which are required when a doctor himself complains or when a patient is complaining. What are the laws that govern the procedure of inquiry as well as the procedure of complaint dispersal? So when we went through this process, we realized that number of things were having ambiguous answers. We didn't get any clear-cut answers, nor was there much clarity about whether there was any statutory rules which govern this procedure of inquiry. And that is when we also have gone ahead with through an appeal to get some relevant answers to our questions. If you can see the screen and get to read, I would, because it would be impossible for me to read each and every, but I can just highlight and tell you the number of small things, important things which are there. Like what are the state the number of reminders given to an RMP who is not responding to MMC notice. So the answer is there is no rule. However, the council decides matters on merits. State the action taken by MMC if RMP does not respond at all to MMC reminders. Again, there is no rule. Then please state the various actions taken over any RMP who is not responding. So that is again no rule. Now state the duration. Now that is in conjunction with the civil laws. what is the prescribed period in which a complaint case should be settled by MMC? Again, there was an ambiguous reply. So these and many other questions prompted us to create an appeal and get some more clarification from MMC. But we promise you that if at all we are not having this, adequate answers, we intend or plan to go along with the PI cell to have a personal meeting with the MMC chief, and this is to facilitate some smooth functioning for our members so that they do not caught up in the ambiguous nature of the rules while they are facing a very traumatic period in their life when they have to answer the queries and then they have to be punctual in their responses. So we would do our best to get some credible answers. Next, I come to the most burning issue in this year, which is MNC elections 2022. Whether or not it is being held or whether or not we would know only in the next few months, because it is 5 years since the last committee has been formed. Now, how relevant it is for us to be interested or involved in this election is for all to know that we have been facing a number of issues while we practice medicine, whether it is the increasing violence, whether it is the non-implementation of the existing acts, whether it is the control of various bodies, regulating bodies over practicing doctors for various licenses. And of course, there are a number of patients who are agitated and there are advertising issues and there are aggregators. So telemedicine, number of issues which are coming up in our lives in a very, very speedy manner. And this digital age is not giving us any respite or pause to, dissect and analyze these things in a very, very simplified manner. So rather than be in the background, AMC needs to be in the forefront to give certain credible, substantial participation in this most important governing body. Another reason why we can hope to create better solutions is because the MNC Act preamble, if you see, though it says that it to unify, consolidate, make better provision in regulating the registration of persons practicing modern medicine in the state of Maharashtra, it also says make better provision. So when it says better provision, it can be for the positive result also. It should not always be in the negative sense where the regulation and the compliance of registrations, various registrations is a must. It should be also consumer friendly. It should be the user friendly. And that is where this window of opportunity is there, where we can create a number of reforms. I end with this quote which says that if an association's actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, it is indeed a leader. And we believe AMC is an indisputable leader of our fraternity and needs to offer its unique expertise to medical policy reforms in unison with other organizations and our parent body of IMA nevertheless. So I end my presentation in a short time. Nilima, thank you so much for this opportunity and congratulations team AMC once again. Thank you.
Sujata ma'am. Any questions for Sujata ma'am? AMC cell, we will be taking it.
Ashish, there is one question in the chat box. Please take that.
The last question mentions students getting graduation from Russia and other countries, though they are MBBS level, most used MD degrees and practice as consultants. Do MMC and AMC note of it?
Yeah. So about this foreign medical graduates, there is a update given by the NMC which has very clearly mentioned that foreign medical graduates have to, those who have taken their degrees before the 2018 notification, they have to give a qualifying exam, which is the FMG exam, and then also fulfill the eligibility criteria. For instance, they have to have a degree which would allow them to practice in the country where they have given. That is the licensing rules in that particular country where they have got the degree. If they fulfill the eligibility criteria of that, as well as there will be a internship period, that is a 1 year compulsory work experience in this country. So if these are fulfilled, they should be given the registration. This is the NMC which has given. Now NMC is a parent body of the State Medical Council. If NMC has promulgated this particular policy, the MMC would definitely give, I think, they have no reason to disqualify such a candidate. Of course, there are issues about the forthcoming next exams, which I do not see till the next year, or maybe we are not sure about it. It is still ambiguous about the nature of the exams and about the significance of it for the foreign medical graduates. But as of today, those who are graduating after 2018 have to follow the recent updates which have been introduced by NMC. But those who have graduated before 2018 can do away with a few changes, with a few regulations that have been introduced after 2018. And of course, if there are any individual cases, I think they should send an email to us. We will do our best to coordinate and find out some solution. Thank you.
No, but Dr. Ashok Shah was asking that they write MD. So actually, whether they are at par with our MBBS or they are at par with our postgraduates.
So
That
again,
was the question.
yeah. So again, it is again subject to the registration. If the state body has given registration in a particular degree, we cannot question that. We have to analyze it from our point of view to decide about whether it is accurate. But if the State Medical Council has given the recognition or registration to that degree or that qualification which they have taken from overseas, how can we say whether this is right or wrong? We can't judge it, no? We'll have to take it up. If we feel that it is not right, if it is not accurate, we have to take it up and confer with the MMC body. But that will be a different activity altogether. I would not like to judge that now.
So I think the things are sorted.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sujata ma'am, for taking us through the history and the present scenarios of MMC and the role of AMC playing in dictating things in MMC. Moving on, we'll just take the next speaker, Dr. Suhas Kate. Sir, good afternoon.
बोला आता मी फ्री झाले. हो.
Tata, please mute yourself. You are still on. Thank you.
Suhas sir is an orthopedic surgeon. Batch of 1972. He has completed 50 years in medicine. A very senior person, and we are proud of him. He is a former president and managing committee member of AMC. He was former president and managing committee of Andheri Medical Association. He was also president of IMA Mumbai division and chairman of our cell, which is a health and accidental cell of AMC. Dr. Suhas Kate will be enlightening us on this cell. Suhas sir.
Thank you, Dr. Gujar. Can you have my slides, please?
Yes.
Yes. Next slide. Now I am the chairman. Dr. Jayesh Shah and Smita Sharma are the conveners. Dr. Prabhakar N. Rao is the founder of the H&S Health Insurance. Our patron advisor is Dr. Suresh Rao, and members are Dr. Deepak Vaidya, Dr. Nitin Rao, and Dr. Ajay Haryani. We all work together to run the cell.
Dr. Kate sir, if you can switch off your video, then we will be able to hear your audio much better. Since you are sharing the screen, you can stop the video.
It is next slide. Okay. Yeah. Hello.
We can hear you now, sir, Kate sir, but when your video is on, your audio is lagging behind. So if you could switch off your video, then your audio will come in clearly.
Okay. The present status main members and spouses are 3,388 and dependents, that is relatives, are 2,215. So effective strength at present is 5,603 members in H&S set. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide.
So the slide is shifted, sir.
Yeah. So as you can see in this slide, main members, those who are AMC members, only 2,052 are members of H&S cell. The spouses are 1,338, children are 1,452, parents are 604, and other dependents are 102. Next slide. Next.
Slide is shifting, sir.
So this expectation of 120% claim ratio was last year, and fortunately we could bring it to 100%. But total number of members at present are 5,558. Next slide. Next slide.
The slide is on.
All pre-existing diseases and ailments and their investigation will be covered after the applicable waiting period. Kindly note that most policies do not fully cover the pre-existing diseases for full lifespan. We cover them after a certain period of after 2 years after below the age of 55 years and 3 years after the age of 55 years. Next slide. Next slide.
It's there, sir.
Yeah. Hospital stay charges, what you permit. If your capital sum insured, that is CSI, is less than 5 lakhs, the room charges payable per day will be restricted to 1% of CSI in the room and ward and 2% of the sum insured in ICU. But when your CSI is 5 lakhs and more, the hospital charges will be available up to 1.5 of the CSI, and in ICU charges will be available to 2.5% of the CSI. This feature is exclusively for AMC H&A policy. No other insurance company gives these charges, and this is a charge limit includes nursing. This charge limit includes nursing charges, bed charges, intensivist charges, and RMO charges. Next.
Slides changed.
Sophisticated medical and treatment is getting costlier by the hour. Even routine treatment is often beyond the reach of many individuals. Our H&A policy was tailor-made to meet the demands of our medical community on an ongoing basis, depending on the need of the hour. Next slide.
Slide is there, sir.
Yes, we had to reduce the bonus claims because the claim ratio was going very high. We had to take some tough decisions, and we took a decision to reduce the bonus reduction by 50% after the age of 60 years. After the age of 60 years, no new dependents will be allowed from the 1st of October 2022. So those who want their parents to be included in the policy should take the policy now before 1st of October and include their parents in the policy. And CSI of the dependents will be frozen from 1st of October. Dependents, if their dependent is of 5 lakh CSI, he will not be allowed to increase the CSI further after 1st of October 2022. Premium of the dependents automatically increased by 15%. Now, this is a very important item. The discount in premium after 10 years in H&A sale on CSI, 60 to 70 years of age, we give 10% discount to in their premium. 70 year onwards, we give 20% discount on their premium. And we have allowed the increase of CSI, that is capital sum insured, to 12 lakhs or 15 lakhs. Up till now, we have only stuck at 10 lakhs. Now, this year onwards, people can have 20 lakhs CSI or even 15 lakhs CSI. Next slide. Next slide.
Slide change, sir.
The first item is the most important item. Maximum 3 intravitreal VEGF injection shall be reimbursed with a cap of rupees 40,000 per year. No other policy in India gives this. Only we give. In chronic cases, we always reduce the CSI. Even though the member wants the CSI of 10 lakhs, we do not allow that. We reduce it to 7 lakhs or 5 lakhs. Top-up policy, last year we had given a top-up policy to all our members. We paid the premium for all our members to the tune of almost 4 crores to Oriental Insurance Company to give us 7 lakhs CSI to all our members, all 5,600 members. The AMC paid for, AMC H&A sale paid for it, but that top-up policy in chronic cases we will not allow to be used. The co-payment above the in all hospitalization cases above the age of 55 years is 10%. Now, this is very important. Those in the scheme for 5 years or more without a claim in last 5 years, they pay only 5% as co-payment. And those in the scheme for 10 years or more without a claim in last 10 years, they do not make any co-payment. They get the full amount. Those in the scheme for 5 years or more with no claims in 5 years, capping shall be 85%. Now in 4 categories, we have a capping of 75%, like heart element, joint replacement. But those who are in the scheme for more than 5 years with no claims in last 5 years, their capping will be 85%. And those who are in the scheme for 10 years or more with no claims in last 10 years, there shall be no capping. So if the CSI is 10 lakhs, then for joint replacement, 10 lakhs will be paid. If they are in the policy for more than 10 years without any claims. The no claim referred in here is applicable to all claims and not restricted to above 4 conditions. Next slide. Next slide. Thank you very much. I'm open to questions.
So, sir, I only have one question.
Yeah.
So this policies, can we call them as group mediclaim policies?
Yes, it's a group mediclaim policy. Yes.
So, but we have
not an individual. It is not an individual policy. It is a group policy.
Right. But sir, in many scenarios we see in group mediclaims, the cashless function is not given up by the term hospitals. They usually entertain only reimbursement policies. Is it true?
It depends on the hospital. There are certain hospitals who do not have association with TPAs, they insist on paying full amount and get you its reimbursement done later, like Lilavati Hospital or like Bridge Candy Hospital. They do not accept TPA payments. So there, the member has to pay full amount and then ask for reimbursement from us, which we do.
Okay, got it. So there's one more question. This top-up policy exists in addition to our policy?
Top-up policy expired. Now there is no top-up policy in existence. The COVID is over, so top-up policy is over.
Okay. Any other questions from members?
Dr. Gujjar, Dr. Smita Sharma here. After Dr. Patel is done, can I say a few words?
Yeah, sure.
After Dr. Patel.
Yeah, MRI, CT scan, these costly investigations, we do not insist on hospitalization. Even though our policy is hospitalization policy, for MRI, PET scan, CT scan, we do reimburse on OPD basis. Small procedures like circumcision and gland removal or cyst removal, small procedures, they also are allowed to be done on the OPD basis, and hospitalization is not insisted upon on them.
So the question here was reimbursement for diagnostics tests like MRI and CT scan are done, but not for other expensive tests which are like pathological tests and like biofire and all.
No. The OPD, ours is a hospitalization policy. It is not OPD policy. So OPD only investigation like MRI scan, PET scan, CT scan, they are reimbursable, but not any other blood investigations. One has to remember it is a hospitalization policy. It is not a OPD policy. So OPD consultations are also not payable.
Fine. All the queries are answered.
Yeah, so can I come in? Dr.
I'll just thank Dr. Kate, and you can take up the dais then.
So I would just like to bring it to the notice of the members that each and every claim is scrutinized by the entire committee under Dr. Kate's leadership, and the endeavor is always to fix. You know, the endeavor of the aim and ambition of an insurance company is to pay as less as possible, whereas in AMC HNA policy, we want to pay as much as possible. So on average, if say 10 files come in, at least 2 or 3 out of that we file that the member has been underpaid, so we insist that they be paid properly. So the aim is to pay. Also, you know, when you're looking at COVID, we have settled maybe, I think 1.5 to 2 crores worth of extra COVID claims, which was an additional burden on the policy. We were perhaps the only people who actually paid for the antibody cocktail. I mean, we just told our members pay for 24 hours. No other insurance company has paid for the antibody cocktail. They have insisted on 3 days stay and checked on the fever chart and the full justification. Whereas we have allowed just by our members just staying for 24 hours, we have paid for the antibody cocktail. And we have, from time to time, now, the minute intravitreal injection came in, we have sanctioned it. So we are always looking to give benefits to our members. And just like CJs or any other policy, the success is going to lie in having more number of members. As the membership goes up, we'll be able to give more and more benefits. So I appeal to each and every one of our committee members to spread the word. And to our satisfied HNA customers, please go out there and tell your friends, all those who got a good deal during COVID or in major claim, you know, like who have got almost full amount paid, please reach out to your own colleagues. In the long term, it is beneficial to you also if our policy is able to become more and more generic. And if we are able to keep our claim ratio intact and be in profit, so we can pass on more profits. So very sincerely. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Smita Madam, for the inputs. And we'll like come up. Hello, am I audible?
One more question has popped up in the chat box. If you could take that, Ashish.
Preoperative investigations. Preoperative investigation done for purpose on OPD basis before planned surgery, are they or not? Sir? Yes, sir, is there?
Smita ma'am, you could take this question.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it comes under as a part of the
Yes.
same, sorry, no, if it's a part of the same hospitalization, then in pre and post hospitalization. If it's the same ailment done for the same person, say something as a part of the same ailment. But if it is just a routine health checkup, then clubbed with the hospitalization, then it will be. So there is something called pre and post hospitalization, which is part of the same. It comes under that admission, it can go.
The queries answered. Yeah. Thank you, Smith madam, and thank you, Kade sir, for this the cell which we have for hospitalization and accidents. I'll pass on the desk to Dr. Hemant sir to take it from here.
Thank you, Ashok. Thank you, Dr. Gujar. Thank you very much.
Running a bit late, but all of things are covered. All the cells have represented themselves. And the main motto of this whole meeting was to introduce our cells and all the chairpersons, which has been done fabulously. Thank you, Dr. Nilima madam, to get all the people together and make them speak about themselves. And they have done a fabulous job. New members like us and new non-AMC members must also to know a lot of things from this committee things, and hope we'll have new inclusions, new policy members, and new members of AMC.
Ashish, let me congratulate you first, being such a young member and the newest member of AMC has done such a fabulous job. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you.
Hemant, over to you.
Oh, yes. So दोस्तों, हमेशा ऐसा कहा गया है कि खोने के बाद में कीमत समझती है वक्त की, रिश्ते की और अपने एग्जिस्टेंस की. इसी तरह this also why this know your organization or proud to be an AMCite is the purpose that there are it's ये खजाना है हमारा और there are so many things which are available, and if you really know it in depth, there are a lot of benefits. There's a value for your membership fees, and you can definitely reap that benefits if you know it. And that is why these efforts were taken under the leadership of President Dr. Nilima. And as she has rightly said in the beginning, that we shall have it, repeat programs and maybe individual cells and in-depth discussions or the question answer session. I thank from bottom of my heart to President Nilima for leading it from the front and organizing this very useful and innovative program. Thanks goes to convener Dr. Vikram and MOC Dr. Ashish for doing a wonderful job. Thanks to all the panelists for taking out time and sharing what AMC and AMC cells are all about. And last but not the least, without your presence, your involvement, your active participation, this would not have been a grand success. So all my colleague AMC members, thank you very much. Thank you, and thank you.
Yeah, and as a last thank you gift, we have a video by Dr. Shiv Bhagwan Agarwal, whom we all regard very highly. And I would request Pranab to play that to finish the proceedings.
Hi, Dr. S.N. Agrawal. You will agree with me that any organization is known by their social activities. The more the social activities or we give the society, the more we get the praise from the society. Why we are doing the charitable work? What is the necessity to do the charitable work or social service, because it increase our social skill, increase our practical skill, self-satisfaction. We are doing mostly for the self-satisfaction, help others, have fun, be part of the community and learn teamwork. We all know कि देने वाले का हाथ हमेशा ऊपर रहता है, लेने वाले का हाथ हमेशा नीचे रहता है. Dear friend, you will all agree with me, the maximum work, a social work is done by the consultant or the doctor community only. No, if you see whatever the charitable work is done throughout our country, whether it is charitable dispensary, charitable hospital, medical camp, blood donation camp, eye camp, cervical cancer detection camp, mammography, all is done by the doctors only, not a other organization is. They arrange the meeting, but the main sacrifice is done by the doctor only. I will narrate the few things which we are doing in Meera Bhinder. The blood donation. From last 3 decades, we are having the blood donation camp every year, and you will believe that we are collecting more than 2,500 blood every year from various places, and we give to the blood bank of the Bombay like KEM, Nanavati or other blood banks. The Dr. Posa is the main pioneer in this. He is doing from last 3 decades, and when he do the blood camp, it is a sort of the mela in the village, Uttan village, and I request all of you, the next time whenever there is a blood donation camp, please do attend. You will get the vimble of how to do it. Mrs. Posa is also equally active. She has done more than 75 camps of yoga training and on the online webinar, and same time at the open ground also. Dr. Niranjan Agarwal. Whenever there is a religion function, when there is a katha or some religion function is there, he take the opportunity to give the lecture on the medical diseases, do the basic life support, and do the medical camp also there. Once I asked him why he is choosing these things, he said that the pandal is there, the stage is there, sitting arrangement is there, and above all the crowd is also there. His wife Shilpa Agarwal doing the lectures, giving the lectures in one of the group which they have created about the cancer, prevention of the cancer, breastfeeding, or how to do the hand washing. And in this way, she is taking these lectures 3 to 4 times in a year, and about 200 to 300 ladies, they attend this program. Dr. Nagarkatti is one of the most popular gynecologists of Meera Bhinder. He do the teacher felicitation every year in the first week of the September. And this is a very unique program. He give the felicitation of the teachers or the consultant who has finished the 25 years of the practice, and generally it is done in the 5-star hotel and attended by the more than 100 doctors in this program. Dr. Charan Jadhav, every year he go to the old home, Matra Sri at I think beyond the Bhivandi or something. He go thrice a year and do the medical checkup, give food to them. He celebrate the birthday of his or his colleague, and he do one free operation every year, major operation, orthopedic operation like knee replacement, hip replacement, or this thing. Basic life support is done by our anesthetic group every year in the school campus or the driver or bus stop and all this. The second important work we are doing is the school health checkup. When the municipality give the order, or rather they request us to do the school health checkup, all our consultants, whether they are the gynecologist, pediatrician, dermatologist, ophthalmology, they join hand to hand, and the physician also, they join hand to hand and do all the health checkup of the school of the municipality. And Dr. Venkat Murthy and Smita Murthy, the combination of the gynecologist and pediatrician, they are doing this health education, school health education from last 2 decades, and you will surprise, they are not giving the education to the 1 or 2 child, but thousands and thousands childs are getting benefiting by them. They are also conducting the drawing competition, dance competition, and more than 7,000 to 8,000 students take the part in this. For that they generally book the ground, and it is one of the best activities done by them. The third activity is the psychiatric activities done by our psychiatrist at Meera Bhinder, under the guidance of Dr. Danish and his team. They generally visit to each and every police station. They give the counseling of the drug addiction patients, and not only they give the counseling, they try to treat them, and if they cure, then they try to give the establishment, they try to give some job to them. From last 2 decades, we are doing the nurses training program, and you will agree with me, no pharmaceutical company generally sponsors such a type of program. We generally get sponsor from the local consultant only. The pioneer in this is Dr. Venkat Goyal and Madhvi Goyal. Sometimes we get from other also consultants like Dr. Mangala Patil, Dr. Neeraj Jindal, Dr. S.N. Agarwal, Leela Agarwal, and so many other doctors are giving. It is one of the best program we are doing from last 2 decades, and this program was highlighted by Dr. Vipin Pandit, not in our Maharashtra level but throughout the Indian level also. At present, more than 135 association is doing this nurses training program, and Dr. Santa Kumari, she is a FOXI president, taken this program to the international level, and I am getting the inquiry from the Bangladesh, Lanka, Nepal, and adjacent country also. Dr. Rajiv Agarwal, he is doing one of the best program, one of the unique program. In Bhinder, there is a heritage bazaar. Every Sunday we are getting the bazaar, which is called the hot in the local language. In Sunday morning, a lot of people come to sell their goods on the roadside, and they start from the 7 o'clock till 2 to 3 o'clock they are there, and thousands people are visiting there to take the goods. But they are not rich person, because they cannot afford the showroom or shop and all these things. They are doing the ferry wala, we can say, and Dr. Rajiv Agarwal gives the mini lunch and a lot of cold water to each and every who are working there. About 500 people are getting benefit every Sunday. In Meera Bhinder, we celebrate almost all the festivals like Diwali, Holi, Ganesh Visarjans, Navratri, so many things. And generally in Navratri, we do the Dandiya program. We do the Ganesh Visarjan. I am doing from last 50 years in the Visarjan place, and we give the full medical treatment, or we keep the ambulance also there. Khatre Ki Ghanti. This is a unique program. Whenever some doctor is in problem, they give the message in the Khatre Ki Ghanti, and lot of doctors can reach at their site. And the Dr. Vivek Dwivedi, Dr. Kanse, Dr. Ashok Shukla, generally they reach the first and they help the consultant in the crisis. Plantation generally we do with the help of the municipality or the corporator in some area every year. Lot of work is done like pap smear, mammography, general health checkup, blood sugar determination, so many other medical camp also. But unfortunately, nobody keeps the record because no organization is giving the support to them. We do all this investigation or all this medical camp either individually or help of the local association. हम जीने के लिए कमाते हैं, लेकिन अगर जिंदगी जीनी है तो देना भी जरूरी. Dear friend, we can do lot of work. Together we can do better. We have a lot of ideas, lot of the functions. What we are expecting from the AMC? AMC should keep the pamphlet, distribution of the banner, then hoarding, then how to proceed for this. Some certificates also they should print, memento, and of course last and very important is the finance also. Dear friends, I am not used to this video presentation and I am at place where it is very cold. I may not be able to give you perfect things, but I personally feel that you can understand. Together we can do more work.
Yeah, thank you, Pranab. And can you please play the AMC video now?
AMC PPT.
Yeah. Nilima, you are muted. Nilima, you are muted if you are
This
saying
PPT,
something.
this is not actually a video. It's a PPT which is being presented by the secretary as to, you know, the gist of the entire activities of AMC, and for people who have joined in late and would want to know more about AMC. So Hemant, over to you.
Yes, Friends Association of Medical Consultants, Mumbai, we established in 1972. So this is our 51st year. The current membership strength is 13,299. It's a huge opinion-making body in the medical profession, registered with Charity Commissioner, and that is why we have our social service cell. As you saw, Dr. Agrawal sir and Ajit sir, they highlighting it. Next slide. Run up next slide. Yeah. In 2012, we crossed our borders from Mumbai and tried to develop affiliate cells. And then after that, we formed a federation of AMC India. It was formally launched during MCon. And in 2017, we had FAMC Con also. President is Dr. Lalit Kapoor sir, and the secretary is Dr. Kishore Adanteya. Next.
Pranab, you need to run through the slides fast.
So yeah, you have to keep going. So we have about sales in Mumbai, Bangalore, Ratnagiri, Sindhudar, Kolhapur, Nasik, Pune, Udgir, Latur, and Goa. Friends, we have to expand, and all of you are requested to tap your contacts out of Mumbai and motivate them to form a AMC cell there, and come back to us, and we will provide and we will do the needful, right from guiding how to organize, plus visiting their places and make it possible. We have, as you saw, various cells. We have HNA, that is hospital and accident policy, medical legal cell, affiliate cell, CBC, AMC NOHA, that is nursing home, MMC interaction, social service, and media and communication cell. So we work through all these cells, and all our various activities, they continue with that. Now, health and accident scheme, you saw Dr. Suhas Kate as chairman and Dr. Suresh Rao as advisor. We have 5,335 members, and all the claim ratio, as it was said. Next slide, you can go ahead. That it was almost up to 120%, and it is brought down to 100. Less than 55 years enrollment, then the 2 years waiting period. More than 56, it is 3 years. Co-payment is up to 55, there is no. If it is above that, 10%. Our premium is least in the market. The sum assured can be up to 15 lakhs. And if it is only for dependents, it is 10 lakhs. There's no loading and easy portability. Go ahead. Unique features is like sophisticated investigations are covered. There is a lifelong renewal. Their final security scrutiny of all claims is done by our committee, whose decision is binding on insurance companies and TPA. That is the very, very unique feature of this. Selected dependents can avail congenital diseases treatment for correction of functional disabilities covered. And yeah, go ahead, next. Unique life cover for member up to age of 60, no claim discount available, cashless facility available. Please note from 1st October, this is very important, that no new dependents after the age of 60 will be allowed to join. So all the elders, please note, if you wish to enroll your dependents or the spouse, please do it by 30th September, because from 1st October that will stop. Next. Medical Legal Cell, Chairman Sudhir Naik, Convener Dr. Ajit Desai, Advisor is Lalit Kapoor sir. Our PI and error omission policy, the total membership is 9,231. The most active cell and proactive in many cases. Our CBS is Chairman Dr. Shrikant Badwe and Advisor Bipin Shah. Total membership is 1547. We need to add many more, and because this is the scheme which is by your own association for our own benefit, and it's not an insurance, it is not an investment, it is a fraternity, love, affection, and a bonding, and we show that being a part of the organization, we care for each other. Next.
Hemant, please run through.
Yes, yeah,
1 o'clock.
go ahead. It is over. Go, Pranav, you can run. That this is done. This is done. Done. Okay, AMC Nohua, Chairman Niranjan Agrawal, the nursing home owners need to be part of it, and all the issues pertaining to nursing homes are taken care of. We have 400 only, but we have more than 3,500 nursing homes in Mumbai. So we must increase more membership in this. Go, next. Go ahead, Pranav. Yeah. Media communication sale, that is the main gist now, that if we want to project and establish and market brand AMC, this sale is going to be very, very active and required, present on all the social platforms, and all of us must join all those platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and contribute to that. YouTube too. So this is very, very important to sensitize the media and the public about the issues pertaining to the medical fraternity profession, and trying to make an opinion which will count when the government policies come into the existence. Yes, go ahead. New developments, WhatsApp group area-wise, we have already formed. Please take care of it. Please join. But one very, very important suggestion, that don't use it for good morning, good evening, and forward WhatsApp gang. Use it for the benefit of our medical association and the information which we would like to spread and share with all. There is a Twitter handle, twitter.com AMC Mumbai. Then there's a AMC mobile app with SOS button. From 2018, we have started e-voting. There is a Telegram group. We will be there on Instagram, Facebook, and all. These are the glimpses. Amitabh Bachchan was the chief guest in AMCon 2007. Next, keep running, Pranav. 2018, it was Kiran Bedi. 9, it was Soli Sorabji. Then it was Raju Hirani in 2010. Every AMCon we have celebrities. Satyanarayanji Goenka in 11, then Santoshji Hegde and Shabana Azmi in 12. 13, we had Farooq Adwadia and Arnab Goswami. 2014, we have Tabbu and cricketer Sanjay Manjrekar. 15, we had Ahmad Javed, then Defense Minister Parrikar and Sindhutai Sapal in 2016. 17, we had Ujjwal Nikam and Sushmita Sen. 18, we had Raj Thakre as our chief guest. 19, we had Kapil Sharma and dream girl Hema Malini. And now this year, watch out, friends. Nilima will be having something great to bring to you on AMCon 2022 in December. Watch out. Thank you.
We have a lot of upcoming programs, and like Hemant rightly pointed out, all these Twitter handles and all that. An association can become a voice in the media only when we have a lot of followers and we have tweets and retweets, and we have a lot of hits on our website, and we have a lot of app downloads and all. So as an active member, I request all of you to come forward and use all these social media platforms to promote the activities that are done and to promote the association on the whole. We are coming up with the first blood donation drive on the 14th of June. This will be exactly starting at our own premises at Summit Bay. So anyone who has the time, it's a working day, I understand, but please come forward and start the blood donation drive with a bang. We plan to go to every zone of AMC and have MMC points for all these programs, and the managing committee shall be coming to the various zones to meet you physically. So hoping to see you at Thane on the 12th of June at IMA Hall in Thane. Bye and take care, and hope to see many more new members in the coming few days and few months. Thank you. I think we can stop the transmission now.
Yes, yeah.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Thanks a lot.
Pranav, you can stop the meeting.